What? What the? Welcome back to the Comics Aficionados. Live here on the Thinking Critical YouTube. Scully's confusing the shit out of me talking about bean footage.
It's an old commercial. It's an old commercial. Bush's beans, like, roll that beautiful bean footage. And it's
okay.
Dog.
No, I like the fact that we didn't know the reference. It made it funnier.
I thought you were talking about like Doc's beanbag or something. I was like,
we found beans in Doc's beard.
I'm not opening the stream on that fucking image. That would not be good.
Wes is getting himself demonetized at the first.
Yeah. I accidentally threw an F-bomb in there in the beginning stage. You're supposed to wait a little while before the big curse words.
5
Didn't they
full
say
minutes.
they're taking that away though? That now you can curse in the beginning and it's fine.
Yeah,
We're gonna need our IDs any
You
minute
can play
now.
with it.
But you can play with Doc's beanbag. What is happening?
What?
No,
Nobody's
that's not
playing
what
with
I
my
meant at
beanbag
all.
today.
No, that's not where I was going with that.
It's my
But I do
girlfriend's
appreciate the
birthday.
help.
She's the only one playing with my beanbag.
Well, say happy birthday to Doc's girlfriend.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Are you taking her to a buffet? You doing something fancy?
Actually, we went out last night to celebrate. And we just went to the Cheesecake Factory. It's nice. It's good.
I would have taken her to the Sizzler, let her know she was special.
We don't
Well,
have
you know,
the
the Cheesecake
Sizzler.
Factory. The Cheesecake Factory is like cuisine of the world. They give you that. They give you that menu, and it's like
That
War and
menu is
Peace.
too much.
It is enormous. It is beastly.
I don't like it. Like what I liked about Korea is like you would go to a restaurant and they would have 3 things on the menu, like 2 mains and a side that they were like famous for, and you just knew it was going to be good because that's all they cooked. But don't really do that in America, unfortunately. But
No,
I guess
you
we
get
got a
Cheesecake
show going
Factory,
on.
You gotta get lasagna
Yeah.
and pasta. You get some lasagna. Get yourself some orange chicken, and
Yeah.
like a hamburger. Like you can just like mix it up.
bloomin' onion.
And the place looks like Mordor. They've got those big like eyeball like looking lamps.
Yeah.
That looks like Sauron is eyeballing you the whole time. It's
But
it's a weird restaurant.
If Mordor was in like Tuscany.
Yes. After the events of Lord of the Rings, Sauron, he settled down, he wanted to move someplace, someplace nice and just take it easy.
Who wouldn't want all you can eat breadsticks with your orange chicken? Makes sense. Delicious. We're supposed to have a 6th member. Vaughn Coleman will be here, I imagine, eventually.
Yeah.
But he's
He's
got
getting his
Phenomenova
beauty
3 out right now. If you are interested, there is a link in the video description. I imagine he'll show up, as I said, and be talking about that. But we do have a fantastic panel and lots of geeky news to get to. Dylan, you finally got to make it to the Fantastic Four and the Naked Gun. You
Yep.
are our movie correspondent. What's the 411?
Naked Gun is fun. We're seeing Fantastic Four is mid. It's all right. It's not a bad movie, but it's not very good either. It's you could tell it was chopped to shit in the edit, and there's some decisions that I think were not the right ones they made with it. And also, you can tell it doesn't have the rewatchability of something like Superman because of the dip in the second weekend, like the huge dip. Like you can tell there's not near as much interest, and I agree with that. I have no desire to go back and see this movie again.
Like ever?
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever see it again. Again, it's not a terrible movie or anything. It's just
Was it
fine.
the mustache?
No, it wasn't the mustache. Pedro Pascal is not the problem with the movie. It's how Galactus is a huge problem with the movie because he looks cool, but that's it. He doesn't do anything in the movie, and how he's defeated is so stupid. It's really, really dumb. That's a
I
big
saw
problem
this-
I have.
I saw
Loses. Spoilers.
I saw the
No, I
gripping
didn't say
scene of
nothing.
him sitting. And I
That's-
was like, oh, this is what you're showing us, huh? There he is. He's sitting down.
That's actually probably the best part with Galactus in the movie is when he's sitting down. When he actually
Steven Seagal, it's in his contract. He can't be up and about. He's just got to sit in a chair immediately.
Yeah, well, he doesn't move until the very end, and then something really stupid happens. I won't spoil since the movie's still relatively new, but it's just, man, what they did with Galactus was...
But it's better than him being a cloud.
Yeah, again, he looks cool. Like, they did a good job with the casting and how he looks, and I like his suit and everything. It's just how he's defeated is so stupid.
Are you saying
Also-
the space fart of the original Fantastic Four movie had more Galactus, like him doing more stuff than this?
It's been so long since I've seen it, but probably, honestly, this Galactus doesn't really do anything at all.
Was he defeated by the power of friendship?
No, because he's kind of singular defeated by one member, which I won't say anything.
Why not? Can we spoil? Was it a girl boss?
When people haven't seen the movie,
Yeah,
they're
so-
dying.
Okay.
It's sold out nationwide. It's like, remember the Titanic movie? Dylan doesn't remember that, but every theater in America was sold out for like 3 weeks or 2 months straight. Or
Man,
something.
yeah,
That's not happening here.
Yeah, Fantastic Four was sold out.
The best thing of Titanic was it was sold out, so we had to see Man in the Iron Mask with Leo DiCaprio.
Perfectly good movie.
That was great. Then we finally saw Titanic, and we're like,
Hey,
"What is this?"
I spoiled the movie so badly for like a bunch of girls that were in front of us in line for Titanic. I'm like, the boat sinks. Apparently they didn't know.
They were unaware that the Titanic sank.
Yeah.
That's kind of strange.
No, can you imagine if that movie didn't exist and you brought it out today? Even less people would know. Nobody knows
I know.
anything anymore.
Can you imagine if the visionary behind Titanic, where you get that great moment when the boat finally goes up and it's like going down, you got all these human bodies, you said, fuck it. I'm going to take 15 years of my life and I'm just going to make movies about Avatar.
The Avatar trailer looks fine. Like, I mean, I'm going to see it and then I'm going to immediately forget it. Like I have every Avatar movie. I'm going to go in, I'm going to experience the visual wonder, and I'm going to walk out and just be like, what did... So I was going to say, like, what happened in that movie? I'd be like, I have no idea.
I hate those movies. It's so annoying. That's what
I
James
like
Cameron's wasting his
Avatar.
time doing.
I like Avatar. I thought The Way of Water was fine, but once they said it was fire and ash, I was like, oh, it's volcano avatars. I get it.
I thought
Yeah,
that-
it's like you're just doing, you're literally doing Avatar: The Last Airbender, but with movies.
You're reskinning
Yes.
it in every movie.
I honestly thought that James Cameron's Avatar was almost a remake of James Cameron's Aliens. It had like the same plot points and the exo.
Not at all.
Are you
What are you
kidding
talking
me?
about?
Not even close.
Are
Have you seen
no way.
Aliens?
Yes, man, over and over again. It's
The Xenos are bad and the humans are good, and there's nothing about nature and preserving it at all. There's nothing.
like
Those
the
movies
drop-
aren't even close to being the same.
Watch it again with these, with this new lens.
I mean, if you
You're
mean
gonna
there's
be like,
humans and there's aliens fighting, then you're correct
Yeah,
there, but
no.
that's it.
the exosuit,
This movie-
the exosuit fighting alien. It was just like the roles were reversed.
There's one element similar. You're like, this is the same movie.
There's Space Marines. What the hell?
Whoa.
Yes, they are Space Marines. He's got it.
But in fairness, Dylan, I think the humans are the good guys in Avatar.
I agree. Yeah, I think they are as well. I think but also they're like so retarded because they should easily wipe out the Na'vi. The Na'vi has such strong plot armor. It's stupid. I hate the Na'vi so much.
Well, they destroyed their tree, Dylan. It was a massive
Dances with
slap in the
Wolves.
face.
Well, it had
Nuke 'em
unobtainium
all.
under it, the coolest named element in the universe. That felt so placeholder to me. I was like, what do we want to call the element? Just put unobtainium. We'll fix it. When we shoot. They just never did.
And then they forgot to fix it.
It's like, in the movies you've seen, Wes, the Twilight movies. It's like when they're talking about going to see that movie, Face Puncher. Yeah, punch faces. That like stood out to me and burned into my memory because I was like, that was placeholder, and they were not supposed to shoot that.
Dylan, did you ever have to watch Twilight?
Nope.
Oh god.
I had to watch the first one. I refused all sequential.
They filmed
movies.
it out here in Forks, Washington. It's a big tourist spot people go to because that's where they filmed the Twilight movies.
And
Doc, I was forced to see the first one and then delighted in seeing the rest because they're so god awful terrible.
They
that
are
I had,
terrible.
Like, a really
I-
good time.
I
like,
watched
tearing
that.
them apart.
I watched the first movie and I'm like, I want these like 110 minutes back.
I took my two
Badly.
nieces to see the third one, and they were probably like 14 and 8 at the time. And that's the one where she has the baby, and Edward like goes in and eats the baby out, and he comes up with his red wings. And
Phrasing.
I was just like,
Phrasing.
fuck.
He bites through the umbilical cord, I think is what you meant to say.
No, he bites through her like
Oh, that's
stomach
true. He
because the
chews
baby
through-
can't
yeah,
come out.
That's right. He gives
But
her
it
a
was
vampire
super fucking awkward. And of
C-section.
course, there's the weird sex scene where they
A
destroy the
B-section?
entire cabin.
Oh yeah, and you were there with
Yeah.
your nieces, huh?
I caught that, Doc. That was
Yes,
great.
it was rough.
It was awful, but it was great.
I missed what Doc
And
said.
then, for some
What a
reason, I was
B-section.
dating a girl that wanted, like, every time the movie would come out, I would be forced to go. I ended up seeing all. They were terrible. Although, Aaron, in the last one, when they finally get into the battle and everyone's dying, I was like, thank God something interested in this fucking movie finally happens. And then it's all wiped out because it's a dream.
Yeah, it's just a hallucination.
And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Bro,
What a
yeah.
dumb-
Wait,
Well,
so are
Dylan,
those
you should
your
watch
fire-
Twilight, dude.
Are those-
I'm good.
It's not fair.
No,
Wait,
you know
wait.
what? I would love to see
Uh,
Dylan's like. I'd actually love to see you live watch it, like just to see the expressions on your face, because there are decisions made that you will go, "Oh, I mean, not what I would have done, but
Because
okay."
he thinks she smells so delicious, he just wants to eat her on the spot because he's a vampire. And she finds that irresistibly attractive of him. She's like, oh my God, he wants to devour me and like drink my blood.
You know when you
because
go
I
into the
smell
woods
delicious.
and you're being stalked by a mountain lion, and then you see the mountain lion, and you're like, "Is
I
it
wanna
me, or is
fuck
that
it."
mountain lion being super sexy right now?"
Exactly. Fucking stupid. Just terrible. So, there we go. Speaking of terrible, Sully,
Speaking of stupid,
I read a book this week called Savage Wolverine #1.
yes,
I didn't realize that it was an Infinity comic book collection. I have to do
No.
it for the Patreon exclusive review this week. It'll go up on the Patreon.
Mhm.
And it's the worst Wolverine comic book that I've ever read in my life.
Really?
And you told Jim you kind of liked it, like it was kind of hot.
I thought the ending. I thought it ended well. I thought the ending was pretty good. It landed.
I thought
as
it
a
was
story.
over. Yes, I agree.
Well, yeah,
it was
that
over.
too.
I appreciated
that
that
it was over. I think everybody appreciates
I
the
think-
fact that it stopped.
I usually love Dev Pramlik's art, and he's had better days than this thing, and it was so talky in the middle of it. It almost lost me, but it just ended. It had a good ending to the story, and I'm like, well, okay,
He left.
You know, that was. I would give it a 6.5, perhaps.
I
That
liked
is
it
the most
because I had to
insane
stop
take
reading
I've
it.
ever heard in my
I'm
life.
being generous. I'm being nice. It's my forte,
Was
I'm
it
nice.
like Aliens?
dude.
Yeah,
aliens-
it's kind of like aliens. Yeah.
No, it was exactly like Aliens.
Exactly
In that
like
it ended, and then we went home.
I
The six
I
pack
can't
of
believe
beer,
you
that
give
was
that a
great.
6.5. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. I
The
mean,
art
it wasn't
itself
all that
is
bad.
pretty much terrible across the board.
I like I said, I usually like Dev Pramlik's art. He's doing wonderful job over on.
Obviously, they weren't
Moon
paying
Knight.
him much because it was one of those stupid Infinity
Yeah,
comic books, and he put in
exactly.
a half-ass effort.
It was half-assed effort, and but like I said, like it had a beginning, it had a weak middle, and it had a decent ending. The story landed, and just overall, I was like, sure, it was fine. It wasn't the worst I read this week. Oof.
What was worse?
Geez, what was worse?
Exactly. I don't
I mean,
think
Did
they
Stephanie
can come up
Phillips
with
book
it.
come out this week?
No,
Maybe there
but
was a Red
Werewolf
and
at
Black.
Night #1 came out. Vision and Scarlet Witch #3 by Steve Orlando. That is just like it's weak sauce waiting to happen. The Star Wars High Republic finale #1. This was the most superfluous, useless book you could have released. I even thought that High Republic ended fine. That there was no need for this. Let's see.
You can say that about the whole High Republic, Sully. There was no need for it. And,
Yep.
I for one, I'm glad it's dead.
The Gods One World Under Doom's one shot. That was worse than Savage Wolverine.
Did
There's no way the art was
did
worse.
Jonathan Hickman outsource that too?
Yeah, that was a Ryan
Ryan
North
North.
book, and it was full of just girl boss and that color I call everqueer. That pink, purple, blue color. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
It's a shame because pink and purple go together really well and can be like a really moody like backdrop, or you can do
Yeah.
some really like cool mystical stuff. But now it's like there's
Now
going to be
it's-
12 people on Twitter that are declaring that everything in the book is coded. And you're just like,
They did that with Gwen in the last Spider-Verse movie. Everyone's like, she's trans.
mhm.
'Cause they used those
Maybe.
colors and it like worked really well for like the scene and what she's going through. And then like
And for
a
her
bunch of people on
costume.
Twitter- yeah, and everyone on Twitter was like, this is coding that she's trans. It's like, what?
It's like sometimes color choices are just color choices.
Yeah.
Spider
I
Shim.
I just feel stupid for calling Sus Gabe. We should have been Sus Sully.
Don't do that to me. Sydney Sweeney's already getting enough shit for her initials.
Everybody loves Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney.
It's
SS
so
Solid.
Yeah, boom! Sarah, I can walk.
We're gonna call you Triple S.
That's too cool of a name. He's just sus, man. First you said that fucking Savage Wolverine was all right.
It was
which
all
I
right.
think is very, very
Yeah.
generous. And then you said Aliens is the exact same movie as Avatar.
I'm telling you, it's a James Cameron's Alien. Avatar is a remake of his own movie.
Was there a part where the Na'vi killed every single person on a space station?
It's an opinion, man. Shit.
California came out this week, according to LK in the chat. Anybody get a chance to read that?
It's
no.
California Love, actually, I think is what it's called.
no.
California.
Yeah, I skipped that.
Did you read anything this week, Dylan? There was like nothing to read.
I read a few comics. It was very weak, but Incredible Hulk was great this week. I loved Incredible Hulk.
I agree with you there, but
Yeah.
like the Nightwing annual was awful. There's not one appearance from Nightwing other than the cover.
Didn't read that.
And then the what was the other one that I read? The Titans annual. Like I like Donna Troy, and they took it too far. By the end, I was like, I never want to hear about her history again. It went too much.
Read that. This is there's not much this week. Not a great week for comics.
So what did you read then?
I read
Incredible
I read Incredible Hulk. I read the Justice League Dark one shot. I can't remember what it's called. Like Justice League Dark special something.
Apparently, it's not Justice League Dark. It's Justice League Dark Tomorrow.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah, because it's
I
not
thought it was
Justice
a
League Dark.
Justice League Dark book. I was so fucking
No.
confused.
No, but Jonah Hex was in it, so I read it. So I got to see Jonah Hex shoot some people, so that was cool. But yeah, it was okay, not anything special. I've read the Long Halloween, Last Halloween issue number 8 because I've been reading that, and that's
This is a
surprisingly
better one.
good.
Pretty
As
decent.
horrible
Second
as
included.
Hush, yeah, as horrible as Hush 2 is, like the last Halloween's been good. It hasn't been near as good as the Long Halloween or Dark Victory, but it's been like a solid like 7 out of 10 book throughout. It's been fun,
Yeah,
especially when
Clunan
Robin's in it.
definitely nailed it this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, she did a great job.
I was very surprised. But yeah, this week just blew. We can't even do a best of the week video this week because there was nothing best to talk about. There was Incredible Hulk
Yeah.
in Space Quest.
Not a great
Yeah.
week.
But
also,
Incredible
you know,
Hulk
it's
was
like
really good though.
it's a like it's a less DC week. I was looking at what DC had out, so it's like
This was the annuals week. It was 50
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
so, and you can't expect Marvel to carry like a week. Be like, oh, DC doesn't have as many books out this week. Maybe Marvel will really step up like now.
Ultimate Spider-Man did not bring the heat this week, unfortunately.
Well, it's wrapping up. You know, it's just
It is
it's on
wrapping
its
up.
way out.
The
Hickman's
best thing I
on its
read
way
this
out.
week was the 128-page Marvel coming soon.
Marvel coming.
Marvel
We
We got
coming.
Overture.
Are we back on Krakoa? Is that what's going on?
This is the free comic this for Marvel this month. It's solicitations and it's just like advertisements.
Oh,
But it's like it's 180.
beautiful.
It's 128 pages and it's stapled. And I'm like, wow, they just give this stuff away. Yes, they do.
Well, yeah, because they want you. It's a loss leader. They want you to like go like, ooh, look at all these exciting books that are
Ooh,
coming
look
out.
at
from
this.
Better
Steve
than
Orlando.
charging $8 and calling it the whatever special
Timeless.
from- yeah, timeless special.
By the way, Wes, are you excited about Steve Orlando taking on Exo Manowar? You're one of your favorite characters, if not your favorite.
Oh no.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But they haven't had a decent writer on Exo Man of War since Metkin. They followed that up with Dennis Hopeless Hallam. Then it was Clunrad. Now it's Steve Orlando. So it's par for the course.
So it's kind of
Next
just
up,
like
it'll
who you
be
can
Steve
afford,
Fox.
huh? Yeah.
Well, they could probably afford somebody that wasn't terrible, but they choose different.
Well, you're going to get Stephanie Phillips next. Get ready.
Well, how are you about this one, Aaron Sparrow? Are you excited for Steve Orlando's Spider-Man 2099 The End with the
No.
introduction of Spider-Man 3099?
No, I haven't been excited about anything Steve Orlando since I read Commanders in Crisis.
I've heard that's one of the worst books of all time, but I've
It
never
is-
read it.
easily one of the worst comic books I've ever read.
Is as bad as that Sam Humphries dog comic?
No, but this, I would still rate the Sam Humphries dog comic higher because at least there's ideas there. They're horrible ideas, and yeah, it's really bad. But at least you get the reaction of what the hell am I reading? Whereas with Commanders in Crisis, if you can't sleep, if you have really bad insomnia, try to get a couple pages into Commanders in Crisis. You'll be out like a light.
I don't really consider dog fucking a thought.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean it's definitely not. But at least the weirdness of it keeps you going. What? You know,
the only thing that Steve Orlando has ever written that was even remotely competent was The Midnighter and Midnighter and Apollo. That's it. Everything else has been utter and complete trash.
There was a Conquest 2099 book that was out months ago that had Dracula in it, and that was pretty fun. I thought that was strong, but that's about it.
Well, that was something that Wes and I have talked about. When the hell did Steve Orlando become the keeper of 2099?
Somebody has to.
No, they don't.
No, I'd rather
Peter David died. We can let it go too.
So Sparrow, you were at San Diego Comic-Con. Did you have anything cool happen?
Yeah, no, there was all kinds of cool things that happened. Like I got to talk to a bunch of different people. I got to meet a bunch of different, fans and customers and people that are excited about comics. And so it was great. I got to hang out with Aaron Lopresti and my friend Daphne, and we had a great time the whole show. Got to see Nerdrotic and hang out with him and Chris Gore and Gabe El-Taib. They had a big pizza party one night and big fan meetup, and so it was an absolute blast. I had a whirlwind of a San Diego.
Man, but you kind of feel like you're burying the lead here, Aaron.
What do you want me to say? Like, what
on Saturday, you were walking around in one of the comic shops that had a booth there was casting the fucking Comics Aficionados live.
That's true. So, as an exhibitor, you get in early, so you can go set up your booth. And as I was walking across, and so you go in through like the A or the B doors. And then you got to walk, I got to walk all the way down to like F and G. But you're getting to see everybody setting up, and you're getting to see everything before it's like crowded with fans. And as I was walking past one of the booths that was setting up comics and setting up their toys and kind of getting their inventory together, they were listening to Thinking Critical.
Awesome.
They have good taste.
I was walking by and I was like, Wes?
You should have shook his hand and be like, "You, sir, are a scholar and a gentleman."
Good taste.
I don't want to be in there and be like, "Hi, I'm from Thinking Critical." They're like, "Who are you?"
Pretty big deal.
Be humiliating.
Cool.
Did you dress up in cosplay?
HH, was he slanging some fucking calico?
HH and Casey were there slinging books, moving a lot of calico. They had it's interesting the way that Comic-Con is set up, because usually you go to a show and HH has got like a great like corner spot, and he's like drawing them in and holding court and really like. But at Comic-Con, they don't care about comic books, so they get pushed to the small press area.
They put him in the bathroom.
They're like down the street in the bathroom of a Chili's to go is where they put the artist alley. But no, it's like there's a small press area, and then on the opposite side there's the artist alley. So it's like they segregate those two really like far apart. It's weird. So I was walking through and
no creativity happening here.
No, I've actually a couple of years ago I was walking through and I heard a woman say, "Oh, what's down that way?" And her husband went, "Oh, that's just comics. Let's go over here." Like it was like, that's the comics part. Forget it. It's bizarre. I think for San Diego alone, I'm going to get a banner that says, "Hey, you're walking past Aaron Sparrow," because there's just like so little interest in the comic stuff. Although Artist Alley is pretty packed. They've got it so small that it can't help be packed because you get 3 people with backpacks in an aisle, and then it's like, forget it, you're not getting in there. Yeah, it's an interesting show. It gets more interesting as it goes. It was a pretty good year this year. Anytime Marvel and DC studios don't show up with a big presentation, seems to be a pretty good year.
And Sully, you're going to be skipping next week because you're going to Fan Expo Boston?
I'm going to Fan Expo Boston next week, just for the Saturday show. I'm going with my childhood best friend, who I'm still best friends with. We've been like, he's smarter than me when it comes to this geek shit. And so I'm like, hey, come on, we're going to the nerd prom. Let's do it. And also there'll be a small Boston meetup too. So if you are in the New England area and if you're going to Boston Fan Expo, keep your eye out for me at the Boston Fan Expo.
Meet up at Chili's, baby. We're gonna get
there's
some...
actually an Irish bar, an Irish pub where you can get to Guinness and have a Guinness with us. And maybe I'll,
Do you have Irish nachos?
I'll buy you a beer. Take a patron perch.
Will you sing a traditional Irish folk song?
Oh, McKinley is dead and McCormick don't know it. McCormick is dead and McKinley don't know it. They both are dead. They're lying in bed and neither one knows the other one's dead. Oh, that's
uplifting.
All right then.
Uplifting as all Irish folk songs are.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much.
We drink and we smoke and we puke and we die.
So if people want to be part of this meetup, Sully, instead of just like walking past, could they get a hold of you or something?
Yeah, you can get a hold of me on Twitter X at RevSully. Come and get a hold of me. Yeah, or through my YouTube page too. Leave a comment on any of my videos and be like, hey, I'll be at the Fan Expo. We'll be there from like 11 a.m. to pretty near closing, which is 7 p.m. And Sean is out there and I can see him in the live chat now. So yeah, come and hit me up and we'll hang out. It'll be fun.
So Ben says McKinley. I thought it was Denali. So it's Mount McKinley, but the natives call it Denali. I think it went back to Mount McKinley recently, right?
It did.
Yes. So there you go. I loved Alaska. I lived there for several years when I was in the militaries, when I was in the Air Force back a lifetime ago. But Sparrow, you got any big things coming up? You got any appearances? I know you like to dalliance around.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on some shows this week. I'm supposed to go on with Andy Smith and Billy Tucci, I guess. So I'm excited about that. They're always a good time. And then I think I'm doing something tomorrow. I got to look at my calendar. I see this. I'm really bad at this. So like, if you ever book me for anything, one thing that I always ask is, can you remind me the day before? Even though I have it on my calendar, can you remind me the day before? Just so that I have like the proper mindset. Because I'm one of those people that I have this weird anxiety, not where I have to touch like female co-stars and paw at them, but I have this weird anxiety where you'll ask me, you want to do something on this date? And I'll be like, yes, I want to do that. I can't wait to do that. I'm so excited about that. And then like the day before, I'm like starting to feel uneasy about it. Like, I'm like, oh, I got to do that thing. It's so much to do. It's so much responsibility. So yeah, you got to remind me. I need a personal assistant is what I need.
Sully, you want to do it?
I can offer you my Pikachu. He's stuffed with fluff, but he's really loyal.
I picture him with like little glasses and a notepad, like just writing things down.
You could make your Chat GPT like a personal assistant that'll like hold a calendar and stuff for you and give you reminders.
I don't have Chat GPT, Wes.
Oh, well, you could if you had it. If you need an assistant that's free.
Is that it does that? I thought all it was good was for writing some people's comic books.
Well, you can probably do that too. I've never written a comic book, but
in this issue of Phoenix,
neither has anybody who claims to while using ChatGPT.
Very nice. Last but not least, Doc and I we recorded some videos about Spider-Man 3099 as well as a recent call to cancel Wolverine, but no words of the week because I'll be covering Savage Wolverine exclusively on the Patreon this week. So you got spared, even though Sully says it ain't that bad.
It ain't that bad.
Yeah, so Sully has bad taste. I love him, but he has bad taste.
Shucks.
So no, we you'll be able to check out our conversation. Is it all going up on Monday or tomorrow and Monday?
Probably tomorrow and Monday.
Okay. Yeah. So
that's tentative plans.
Yeah, the Wolverine article is the most nonsensical, I wish it was still 2018 bullshit I've ever read. But yeah, so we're here. It's Saturday. It's Comics Aficionados, and we're going to have ourselves a wonderful time.
That is the plan. You don't even have to do a birthday celebration, Doc. You knocked it out of the way yesterday when you went to the Shonies.
Yeah, exactly. So
was it Big Papa Pump Shonies?
No.
I just want to see you do Steiner math when it comes to the bill. The waitress comes over.
When it comes to the bill,
what you see here is I only had 33.3% of this meal on this ticket. So
that's 100%. I'm going to kick your ass. Yeah. We do have a Thinking Critical Patreon shout out. Thank you very much to the newest backer over there on Thinking Critical Patreon, Trini the Bat Quad, the protector of Little Bloodhaven. Welcome to the family. I hope you're enjoying the podcast and exclusive videos. And let me know if you need anything, and really appreciate all that. We've got some peoples that want to say some things. Jagger 2, Wes, sorry about the diatribe on Ultimate Universe message the other day. To be fair, I sent an email to Jim too. So we say goodbye to the best Marvel project. Meh.
No, it's going to be remade with Deniz Camp because Jonathan Hickman can't think of a better person to take over.
Nobody better in this story.
Worst talent evaluator alive.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the diatribe emails, man. I like people that get passionate about comic books and have something real to say. So keep them coming.
I just love that the comic book industry constantly proves me right.
Yeah. Calvin says the High Republic is canceled.
Not a minute too soon.
So is it the High Republic finale #1 and then it's a miniseries, or is
it's
that
a one
just
shot
the finale?
Oh, it's just a one shot. It's just so.
Calvin Scott needed to fucking tie in some loose ends on that one, huh?
Yeah, no, he really didn't. I mean, it ended fine that last issue, whatever it was.
I'll be honest.
Did we get a good send off for that character that's just a rock?
No, we don't see Geode. I haven't seen Geode in 3 years, man. It's like they figured. It's like he dropped like a rock in a pond.
I legitimately thought that they, like, with how bad High Republic launched, with how poorly it sold out the gate, that they like immediately dropped. I legitimately did not know they kept it going for these last 3 or 4 years.
Technically, the first few books were very successful, and then after that, nothing was.
Yeah, but they never even got any like second printings or anything. Like it sold, and then it fell. Like it had good orders initially, and then nothing got.
I'm talking about the books, not the comics. The comics just never really worked, but the books themselves.
Yeah, novels.
There were like 2 of them that were successful right off the gate, and then after that, nothing.
Yeah,
I was never interested in High Republic.
Went on about like, this is my final High Republic novel, and it's gonna wrap everything up. And I'm like, yeah, way to go.
Technically, the Acolyte is during the High Republic because we get Kel Naka in it.
Right, and that's set like 100 years after the events of all of these comics, with the Starlight Beacon being taken out by the Nihil. At least, I gotta say though, I'm not extolling or telling you to spend money on Disney Star Wars, but I read these comics. I get reader copies, and from volume 3 and volume 4 of High Republic, it just wasn't all that bad. It was probably the strongest Star Wars comic book that Marvel was putting out month to month. I'm not saying
it's like Sully. That's like saying like this is the most solid diarrhea that we were able to obtain.
Savage Wolverine is the best Infinity comic Marvel's putting out right now. I bet it is.
It's still diarrhea, no matter how.
Hey, you ate corn last night. Wow.
Calv says Sydney Sweeney has proved that leftists are a lost cause who need to get laid.
You're telling me. It's great.
Let's just say the era of the cultural busybodies is over. I mean, they're going to still be there, but we're all just going to kind of start ignoring them the same way we did in like 1993 with the.
Well, 5 years ago, they would have profusely apologized. Being American Eagle, they would remove the campaign, and then they would have come up with a backup campaign that kind of catered to the audience.
That had a rainbow-haired fat tranny in a wheelchair and
they would have went full Volvo or Bud Light or whatever, and it's
Jaguar.
just not that time anymore. Yeah.
No, when we finally learned a very simple lesson, that is, you tell fat communists to shut up. You don't give them any, like when they start complaining about something, you go, oh, hey, shut up. And then that's the end of it.
Hey,
the
you
end of
say
it,
I
because they
reject your
actually have
premise outright, and I will
Yeah,
not
I
even
don't-
engage in the discussion.
I
'cause
don't
it's
buy into your
ridiculous.
thesis and go piss up a rope.
Their let's just say their cultural influence, the cultural influence of the cultural busybodies has waned.
Flatlined. It just
Plus,
doesn't.
this is a fucking
doesn't
good
exist.
commercial, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You wouldn't want to see
I
Sydney
hate
Sweetie
puns.
fucking dead.
you can
I
tune up
hate
my car.
puns, and it was fine.
Looks like boobs are back on the menu, boys.
Dude, oh great.
Adam Frey, I just want to know if Aaron or Doc got a Marvel Legends Savage Land 3-pack. Orders are a Charlie Foxtrot.
I did manage to get one of those.
Okay, yeah, the SDCC ones, yeah.
Mhm.
They went back up yesterday. I did not. I missed it because I didn't know about it until this morning, and I missed it by then. They were sold out again.
I'll get you,
But-
Doc. I know people who bought multiples, so I'll get you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
I would have grabbed you one at the show. I don't know why I didn't even think of that. Like, Doc will want a Savage Land Rogue. I don't know why I didn't even think of that while I was there.
Doc's
It's
been
just
picking
everything
you
was-
up his tanks and G.I. Joe figures and
I know. It was like,
Marvel
you know,
Legend figures for months.
he's my Ollie shopper. And like, I just got to the show and I was just like, nobody's asked me for anything. So like, I didn't even like really think about it. Well, there was a guy online that was asking for the Jaws. He really wanted the little Jaws Hot Wheel. But Mattel was being a bunch of dicks with the whole like Comic-Con portal thing. And no, we're only sending the people that got in on the Comic-Con portal. You can come back at 3:00 when everything's gone. And it's like, oh, okay. And now you look and all of those Jaws vehicles are up on eBay for, $150. Because that's who Comic-Con caters to. That's what Comic-Con's crowd is now. If the exclusives went away, Hollywood goes away, the exclusives go away, it would be a ghost town. It would be like WonderCon.
Caleb says Fantastic Four was a bad movie that was better than Superman. Yes, it was a girl boss moment with the surfer stealing Johnny's hero moment and using the baby as bait.
It's not even the surfer that's the issue. Also, you can tell again. There's another thing with the edit with the surfer because she just disappears at one part of the movie, just gone when she should be around. It's like, oh, they just hacked this movie.
Is it kind of like in Madam Web where like she just like literally pauses the plot to go on a side quest, tells everybody, hey, stand here, and they're just like waiting in the woods for like while she goes to the other side of the planet for like 2 days. They're all, and she comes back and they're
At least she
all
comes
still
back.
there.
Not like John Saxon and Mitchell. I mean, he
No,
just
you're
disappeared.
yeah. Wasn't John Saxon in this movie? You're mixing it up, Doc. She leaves him in the woods to go back to the apartment and look through her mom's book, and then they end up in trouble, like because they go to that diner. When she actually f's off to the rainforest for an extended period of how God knows how long, and how she got there and got back, she leaves him with Adam Scott and Emma
Oh yeah.
Roberts.
Yeah. That's
I'm
it.
trying to figure out if you guys are fucking around or if you're talking
We're
about a real
not.
movie.
No,
We're
it's a
not.
real.
That's
It's
the
a real
legit-
movie. Wes,
Go
I
I
didn't
know-
watch Madam Web.
This is
I
the
didn't
guy
see it
that was
either.
studying
Do you believe this
spiders
is
with
real,
their mom in
Dylan?
the rainforest, right? before
Yes,
she
because
died.
Madam Web looks terrible.
Dude, it's on Blockbuster Video. Watch
Well,
this
that's
movie.
not worth it, my time,
It
man.
is
No,
so
it
bad.
absolutely is worth your time because it's hilariously bad.
I'm
Really?
beyond my early to mid 20s where I thought
Mhm.
bad movies had a fun quality about them.
Right.
I have limited
This-
amounts of resources for consuming entertainment. Most everything I goes to the channel or to the wife and kids. Actually, the wife and kids, and then the channel.
Okay.
And the time I have left over, I can't be doing that. I got to watch Ace of
Sleep.
Cakes or something. good.
Remember when you had that enjoyment of how bad Deniz Camp's Ultimates was?
That's
This is
true.
right on par with that. This is like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, but it's
film
2
version
hours.
of that.
I had a good time with it. Yeah, but how many issues of Deniz Camp have you read? At least
I
two
I
hours.
guarantee
Stop
that was
after
more
5?
than 2 hours.
Yeah, but
I
I
would-
consume that months at a time.
I will
Yeah,
say this about
It took me 3 days to watch Madam Web.
Deniz Camp's Ultimates this month was pretty solid. It was the most typical superhero story I've ever seen him write, and it was okay. It was the introduction of Wanda and Pietro, and it pretty much worked. And great art, But it was like, wow, this is the most normal superhero book I've ever seen Deniz Camp write.
Did he run out of
So-
weed that week,
Yeah.
or what was the?
Maybe.
what
Nah,
was
did I?
Sully already said Savage Wolverine was pretty good. Like,
the- Sus. We need a sus button.
Yeah. So we're gonna start up channel memberships this weekend, and I guess I have to have custom emojis. One of them is going to be the Doc is right emoji. I guess the other one needs to be a sus emoji. That way, everyone can put it up there and shout "fucking Sully down" when he goes insane.
I'll send you a little. I'll send you a little doom face thing that you can turn into to the all shall kneel emoji.
Maybe, yeah. I think I can have 3. We'll see, but that should be fun. I'll be locking in all the details on Sunday. Federico de la Casa, Aaron, perhaps you don't know, but a guy built the Shire in Abruzzi, Italy. About Fantastic Four was okay, but something was missing, even with some interstellar vibes.
I would go live in a Shire, like a place that was built. Like
isn't the real Shire still in New Zealand? I think
I've been there.
Yeah. They rebuilt it.
Yeah.
They built it for the Hobbit, but like permanently this time because that was the agreement.
Yes.
You know, the guy was like, "Hey, wait a minute! You guys tore all that stuff down. It was all prefabbed. I could have been making tourist money. So yeah, you can use the land again, but really build it this time."
Yep. Yeah, I saw it. It's awesome.
Would you go to Abruzzi, Italy, and go see the Shire there, Dylan?
I mean, I'm looking at pictures of it, and it looks not bad, but a lot more of a sad attempt compared to what's in New Zealand.
Because you had the real deal there.
Yeah.
I would go check it out. I love the Lord of the Rings.
I mean, I'd go to Italy in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Well, Italy's fun. I've been to all over Italy when I was living in Europe. It was a great place then. It looks like it's less than ideal now, but I haven't been there in a while. Perhaps it's just a few key cities, but sounds like everybody's all over the place on this one, Dylan, when it comes to Fantastic Four. Everybody feels like something was missing.
Yeah, it was.
Except for Keneon, who said it was amazing.
Yeah, I've seen a few people say it was amazing.
I don't know that he said it was amazing. That might be
That's what he told me when we were DMing.
Really? Oh, okay. Well,
I've seen a few people who think that way, and I don't get it.
I don't know what any of this is.
Calvin says, I'm looking forward to the third movie. Mostly, I finally get to see evil Navi. And he said it's more character-driven with a theme of grief.
Are they from the Mirror universe?
So he's talking about the Avatar film.
Fire and Ashes.
I will say at least we're finally getting some bad avatars. At least, or Navi. At least we're getting that. Because up until now, the only bad avatars were controlled by humans. And all the Navi are perfect and good.
Well, there was that one that was like kind of like the bully that was fucking with his kids in the last movie.
Yeah.
The one that tried to kill his kids.
That is true. But I don't know. I'm going to see the movie. Like I said, I like him. But am I excited to see Jake Sully and his band of whatever he's got now going to a volcano and playing in the ash for 45 minutes? Not really.
Learn about our fire culture. Yay.
Yes.
I mean, there's something like, you do the ocean and you do whales and you do like sea creatures, and there's something like very beautiful and interesting about that. I don't know like how interesting it's like, look, this is our ashy volcano.
oh, I know exactly what it's going to be. What they're doing is every movie you had earth in the first one, water, wind, or fire next, wind, and then it's going to be the Captain Planet movie.
Oh, by their powers combined.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll be a really gay cartoon.
It will be wind, won't it? Even though they already had been flying those dinosaurs that they clearly were.
Maybe that one was wind
against their will.
Maybe that one was wind, and there'll be an underground one that's earth. I don't know. I figured
it's going to end with a reunion concert by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Is what's going to happen. They're going to take us into the credits. So, remember that period of time when every kids movie ended with a rap song? Like, oh, all the characters are rapping into the credits. Yeah.
Yep. I remember that happening in TMNT like 2, right?
Well, not into the credits because they still had to go. They still had to go fight Kevin Nash under the.
That's
under
right.
He destroyed himself.
The most disappointing like mutation ever. He turns into Super Shredder and then is dead in like 30 seconds.
Nerd, come on! Let's not pretend anything past Twilight New Moon isn't X-Men Krakoa from the Ashes.
That's fair. That is actually a really fair statement.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen any of them, so I
it's not fair that Doc
was
hasn't
it just
seen
as
Twilight.
gay.
That's a fair word. Sure.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I don't know.
Man. Cal, I asked this last week. Do you think if they recast T'Challa and got She-Hulk right, do you think they could have had a potential Fantastic Four crossover?
They'd also have to get Namor right.
Yeah.
It's too late for that.
Why would you do the T'Challa Fantastic Four crossover? Because that's where he was introduced, but he hasn't really been in the Fantastic Four much since then. They already introduced him in Civil War, but She-Hulk certainly made a lot more sense because she's been on the team a lot.
Yeah, but also this Fantastic Four is way different too, because it's another universe. They haven't been existing in the MCU, so it's a whole different thing.
They were the only heroes on their Earth. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, when I hear that the biggest praise for the movie is that it's not set in the regular MCU, like I hear people going like, "Oh, I understood it because I didn't have to watch 87 movies." That's not a good thing for your franchise that you're going to tie into the MCU.
Yeah. Calvin says, do you think they wasted all the Fantastic Four villains like Mole Man and that guy with the 3 apes? Because all I can think of is Annihilus.
Yeah, what happened to John Malkovich? Wasn't he supposed to be in this movie? Like,
yeah, they cut
John
all the
Saxon?
scenes. Fucking savages.
What happened to?
Was
Yeah,
it
Is there a story?
There's
Was
a
it by
scene in
his
the beginning.
request?
There's a scene in the beginning where you tell he's supposed to be there fighting the Fantastic Four, and it's cut into a montage, and they cut him out. And I even saw someone on Twitter like repiece the scenes together where you could see how it was supposed to go, but they put it in a montage. Like I said, this movie you could tell in the edit it just got cut to shit.
Really? Is there a story behind that? Is the character?
They wanted to make it
Russian,
2
right?
hours.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Man. But Annihilus would be great. I mean, who doesn't want to see Annihilus,
Woody though?
right?
Woody at this point could anything be great?
Oh my goodness. You're so black-pilled, fucking Aaron. What is going on? You remember you used to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and love superhero
And then I got
movies?
5 years of shit MCU movies under Kevin Feige, who I don't think knows what he's doing. I think that
Guardians
he's
of the
stealing
Galaxy
shoulders
Volume
of
3
other
was
people.
perfectly fine. You like Thunderbolts.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was a holdover.
It's good, though.
Yeah,
It was really good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Dylan, you're not black-pilled on this stuff, right? You want to see Annihilus, right?
I mean, nice be cool, but I don't know what do we got? Well, we just got the suit reveal for Spider-Man this morning. We got that. The new Spider-Man that started shooting.
Looks good.
Yeah,
looks fine.
suit look good. Director of Shang-Chi's directing that, so
Oh, so it's gonna be shit.
see how that goes.
Well, at least Shang-Chi's not in it. Although it's got Mark Ruffalo in it, so it's like I don't care.
It's got Punisher. I'm excited about Punisher on the big screen. That's what I'm excited about with that movie.
I'm curious how they're gonna what's the tone of this movie gonna be? How do you do the Punisher in like the Spider-Man movies that you've done so far?
I don't know, because Kevin Feige is like, this is going to be a street level Spider-Man for the first time ever in the MCU. And then they also are like, Spider-Man, Punisher, and Hulk are all fighting each other. It's like, well, I don't know how that
Hulk's-
really works for
Hulk's
street
not
level.
exactly street level.
Yeah. Maybe it just means they're physically going to be standing on a street
know
at
what?
one point
It's the
in time
first
in the
time
movie.
in any Spider-Man movie that 3 characters have been standing on the street.
You know what? It could be, and this is something that I'm still hopeful for, that we've gotten rid of hipster doofus Hulk, and he's going to be Joe Fixit, and that would make sense if he's Joe Fixit Hulk, and the Punisher and Spider-Man all going up against one another. Yeah, that actually is a little more street level. I mean, Joe Fixit is still a Hulk, but he's not like Savage Hulk strong, and him getting involved with Vegas gangsters or some shit. Yeah, I could see that working.
I can't see them juggling all those elements though, and actually explaining.
No,
why he's
because
Joe Fixit Hulk.
You would need, honestly, you need like kind of a, honestly, you need like a 6-issue or 6-episode like
All right, we
mini
got to
series
get back on track,
to
fellas.
convert him from
We just
hipster
clearly
doofus Hulk to
don't
Joe
want to talk
Fixit.
about. We clearly just don't want to talk about Ultimate Spider-Man ending because it's
No,
just
no,
like-
we got more stuff to get through, but we were talking about Fantastic Four and Annihilus, and all of a sudden we're on Joe Fixit.
well, because we started talking about Spider-Man, which is way more interesting than anything going on with the Fantastic Four.
That's true. Caleb says, also, do not let Taika Waititi touch Judge Dredd. He'll make it like Sesame Street and Nerf guns and Dredd wearing a skirt. The weird thing is, while I love the Dredd movie, tone-wise, it has nothing in common with the actual comic books. Like the comic books are satirical and a fucking parody, making fun of a lot of American pop culture. And Taika Waititi is kind of funny. There's a chance that it could work if you had somebody comedic. It would be much more in line with the comics, but I think Taika Waititi has definitely worn out his welcome on mainstream franchises, though. You know what I mean?
I think you could have just stopped that Taika Waititi has worn out his welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to really like that guy, and man, now. Oof.
But if you read the Judge Dredd comic books, they're not serious at all. Like,
No.
Judge Dredd is a very serious character, but everything around him is lampoon.
Absurd.
Yes.
He's a serious, like an ultra serious character in a world of absurdity, which is what he's kind of the straight man to a comedic universe.
And we never gotten a movie like that. Although, you know, maybe the Arnold or the Sylvester Stallone one was kind of goofy, right?
I don't think that he's gonna be able to tackle satire in the same way that the Judge Dredd comic book does, though. I think he's gonna do goofy humor that doesn't work for the character. Whereas you need if you're gonna do satire, you need somebody like a Paul Verhoeven, you know, because essentially like RoboCop was kind of the same. Yeah, it was kind of this. You know, it was
perfect.
Serious character. It was serious, origin.
Starship Troopers.
Yeah, you know, that kind of satire, that you need somebody like that in order to capture that. And I don't think Taika Waititi's the guy.
Yeah. Callum, Aster Pedro and the cast, he needs to shut up because he said if I had powers, I would get rid of fascists.
Oh,
no, the Thing actor said that.
The Thing actor said that, yeah.
I don't even think they know what that word means. Seriously.
No, and they're sucking all of the meaning out of it, because like what happened is for a while everybody was Hitler, and then that lost its sting. And then everybody was racist and homophobic and et cetera, and then all those lost their sting. And now fascist is the last one that they're clinging to, and it doesn't work. Nobody cares. Like, you call somebody a fascist, it's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to when they start reappropriating scallywags and carpetbaggers. I think that would be very appropriate.
Why are you carpetbaggers coming in here? I mean, I use carpetbaggers.
You scallywags sporting these carpetbaggers.
I was using carpetbaggers when we were talking about the people coming into
cherry pickers.
Long hair. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said carpet munchers. Sorry.
No.
Well, I mean, same.
But no, that wasn't Pedro. That was the Johnny Storm guy from what is he? The Stranger Things?
It was the Thing actor.
The Thing guy, Evan, whatever Moss.
Yeah, the guy from The Bear. That guy.
Oh,
yeah, I think Soleil's right. I think it's Eben something Moss.
My friend Eben is a Nazi.
I mean, I'm just curious who he would consider. Like, you know, it's like, okay, so define who those fascists are is my question. It's like, because it's real easy to throw that out, but it's me. Like, what are we talking about here?
Do what they do.
Probably you.
What does woke mean? Define woke.
I'm not trying to push his people into the sea, so I don't think it applies to me.
Maybe. Okay. RDV. Thoughts on Jimmy P doing a full Blue Falcon and Dynamite comic for Dynamite? Apparently, he's writing Punisher again as well.
The Punisher book is old, though. He wrote that like 5 years ago.
They're finally going to produce it?
Mm-hmm. With Dan Panosian. It looks good. I'm excited for that. I like Blue Falcon Dynamite.
Marvel Knights Punisher, though.
It is. Yeah, it is Marvel Knights.
Is that
it was written 5 years ago? How does it have to do anything with the universe they just created last month?
Maybe Jimmy wrote a timeless story. I don't know that it does have anything. I think it's just getting released. It's like, here's some Punisher stuff.
No, it says it's the sequel to the Marvel Knights: The World of Tomorrow. Yeah,
but Marvel does shit like that all the time. Oh, this is connected to this thing, and then you read it and you go, is it though?
Sparrow, you were talking to Jimmy P this week, right?
Yeah, I was talking about the fact that Amanda Connor doesn't get guested to Comic-Con, and I was telling him why that is.
Well, why is that? Is it because of people like Sully that hate women?
No, it's because the actual board of Comic-Con and the committee of Comic-Con, they're not really connected to comics at all anymore. It's my experience, and one of the reasons that I don't bother anymore is I spent so many years like butting my head up against that wall as part of the committee, suggesting artists, suggesting writers that were up and coming, or that were had like a long reputation of excellence, and just getting shot down. Or trying to bring in new entertainment for their panels. But we can't do it because we need to have 57, women in comics, LGBT, that don't pack a room. And I was trying to bring like actual entertainment, like the Tournament of Nerds and things that were shows that would actually pack a room. And when we did finally get the Tournament of Nerds in there, by the way, standing room only, had to turn people away. But no, let's do more editing comics the boom way, and things like that. They were doing that, like panels that nobody cares about, because it's just easier to do that than it is to try. And so that's, the same thing with Amanda, is if Amanda doesn't have any friends who are on the committee who are going to recommend her to be guested, which means that basically Comic-Con pays to bring you in and makes you a featured guest. If she doesn't have any friends in that committee, it's never going to happen because they don't know enough about who's got a long run in comics. They just don't care. It's just a lot of nepotism and a lot of people that are hanging on to the one thing in their life that they do that people that they talk to think is cool. So, it's a complete disaster.
Are you excited about Blue Falcon and Dynamite?
I'll check it out. I mean, it's by Dynamite, so I don't expect that. Normally I would say that I don't expect that there's going to be much care given to it, but Jimmy cares about the products that he puts out. He cares about the projects that he works on, and I like Blue Falcon and Dynamite. So yeah, I'll check it out.
My military days give me a very negative connotation about Blue Falcon.
Yeah, no, that has a very negative connotation, but we overlook it for this character. Unless we're going to get the gritty story of how he actually really is a Blue Falcon and stabbed all his brothers in the back.
Yeah, it's short for buddy fucker. Somebody who screws you over all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jagran, thanks to Yule. I have my 3-pack from San Diego Comic-Con. Oh, that sandbagging son of a bitch was sending people in there to go grab.
Yeah, Yule had runners. Yule had runners. I was walking to Artist Alley at one point, and I got caught up with by one of Yule's guys and recorded a video for him.
Did he shake you down?
He did. He's like, "Can we get a video for Fantastic Four?" I was like, "Of course I will." And then he was like, "Yule really loves the LA Dodgers," and I said, "Well, let me shit all over the Dodgers then."
Very nice. I'm glad he was able to help you out. An average worm. Marvel, let's take the only Spider-Man comic to get a positive reception in forever and cancel it after 2 years. Smart thing.
Well, Hickman's got to go.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got to move on.
It's their flagship title. What are they thinking here, Aaron?
What are they ever thinking? Like,
you're fucking
Hickman's
senior editor. You should know
Hickman's
these things.
Contract is but I'm a senior editor that cares, and nobody who works in Marvel cares. You think Tom Brevoort cares? He tells you every day he doesn't care.
Well,
and if the leadership doesn't care, that trickles down to the rank and file. And then the rank and file, why do they care? Nobody at Marvel cares. They're just punching a clock, running out their time. Just make sure that this many books are on the shelf every month. It doesn't matter if they're good. Hey, are we going to give Stephanie Phillips another title? You're damn right we are. She has no track record of sales. She can't write her way out of a wet paper bag. But let's give her another title because we just don't have anybody else, and we just got to fill a slot on a spreadsheet.
I assume that it's going to be rebooted, but then Deniz Camp will be on an Ultimate Spider-Man after that.
Oh, God.
You said Ultimates 14 was good, Sully. What are you doing?
One issue. And then it was like devoid of any of his usual political polemics. I mean, unless it missed me, but it was just a decent superhero story. That's all. That's it. And I said something nice about Deniz Camp. There I go. That's it.
Yeah,
it's all
not very smart to cancel that book. We'll see what happens. They'll have bigger plans that come out of Endgame or whatever. But
Sully's going down a path I can't follow.
Yeah,
you're breaking my heart.
Caleb says Reed is stupid. You just cannot move a planet and hope for the best. That's not how it works. That flashback of Charlotte is her being a single mom.
Oh dear God, does that really happen, Dylan? Is that true?
Dylan, is he spoiled the movie?
Spoilers.
I mean, that is a spoiler, but I guess he already said it, so we can get into that part. So Reed's plan, because Galactus wants their son. And he's like, no, we won't give him their son. So he's like, all right. So instead,
let's not spoil all of it. He was
no, that's in the trailer. That's in the trailer. Yeah.
Does the world hate them for not giving up their son? Do they turn on them?
At first, and then Sue gives a horribly written speech where everyone's like, all right, I understand why you love your child now. It's legitimately like that. We're like, why do they love their kid? And then Sue goes out front of the Baxter building with their kid and is like, I like my kid because he's mine. Also, my mom died in a car crash. My dad was an okay dad. And then everyone's like, wow, I understand now, Sue. That's legitimately something that happens in the movie. It's so stupid. But anyways, Reed at one point in the movie teleports an egg. So then he's like, I could teleport the entire world. So he teleports. So his plan is to teleport the entire world, like way, way, way away from Galactus. So he builds teleporters all over the world, and that's his plan. So I won't spoil how it goes.
He's gonna move the planet the way that like they moved the island in Lost. I don't think you should be copying plot points from Lost at this point. So
that was his big plan. And also, like, the funny thing is, like, when they're going to teleport, I won't spoil how anything happens or anything, but they're on, like, the intercom or whatever with, like, China and France and Japan, everything. They're like, all right, is everyone ready to go? It's like, man, what if someone's, like, just the timing's not right? Something really bad could happen because there's teleporters all over the world to do it. It's like, this doesn't seem like a great plan here. What if just, like, everything teleports, but then just, like, Spain just was a little late or something, and they're just stuck there? Like, I don't know how that works.
One country just floating in space.
Yeah, just floating there as a little appetizer for Galactus.
We left Manhattan behind. Oh, good thing.
Galb says the Fire Navi are atheists, and it's Quaritch that will learn fire. As for the second movie, I liked it because it was a pro-father movie with flaws.
Isn't that the game they play in Harry Potter?
Yeah, Quidditch. It's funny that like Callum is naming characters from Avatars. If any of us remember any character from Avatar,
that's the freaking general. I think that's the silverhaired general. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
That's the good guy you're supposed to be rooting for in these movies.
Yes.
That's the protagonist that keeps losing.
He's gonna get his due by the end.
He's finally gonna overcome these blue bastards.
Yeah, he's gonna bang the Fire Witch in this new one. That's what everyone's taking away from the new trailer. So,
like I said, I thought the Fire or the Way of Water was a perfectly fine movie. It wasn't great or anything. There's a 40-minute scene in the middle that just doesn't.
I was about to say, if you cut an hour out of it, you can make a fine movie. But unfortunately, that hour is in there. So,
but Jake definitely wants to be a good dad to his alien bastards. There's no doubt about that.
Aw. It sounds like
how
it's
does
a Savage
that work?
Wolverine.
How does the Avatar suit generate? Never mind.
Well, it's a biological living creature that he's,
isn't he trapped in that?
Mind connected. But now he's full-time Avatar.
Yeah.
He's Navi.
You went native.
Full turncoat. Yeah.
Yeah. He's the villain of the fucking movie. He's the one that turned on his own species and turned his back on humans.
Yep. All
for a girl. Like, oh my goodness.
Guys do dumb things for the P, yo.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Nerd. I'll super chat you $20 if you'll watch Solid JJ's Fantastic Four First Steps in a Nutshell in Superhero Editor Room, the first one on stream today. Well, I could bring up the videos, and if they're somewhat short, we could put it up and everything, but there would be no audio. I would actually have to go and download the videos from YouTube. And then I would have to upload them, and it'd all be very difficult. But otherwise, I'd probably do it. But I would need some headway to do it. Is it funny? Is Solid JJ's Fantastic Four First Steps in a Nutshell good? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
I mean, would we be able to riff off of it? Like, are we gonna?
I have no idea. Are we being set up to be demonetized? Cool. Plus, YouTube doesn't like it when you reuse content. That could be considered that. That could be a strike. Actually, you get a channel strike and be taken down for that, can't you, Dylan?
Potentially you could, but
unless it's transformative,
We're not really big on this channel with like riffing on other people's stuff.
Unless it's
definitely. Yeah, I don't really EFAP or what do they call that? It sounds so weird. It sounds like you're jerking off to somebody else's video, but I've never done that before.
Reacting
today on FAP or EFAP.
I'm not opposed to like reaction videos, but the logistics to getting that done would take a little while. But I'm sorry. Sigma Comics and HH. Shout out to the Think Critical team from Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Support your favorite comics channel. Hit like, subscribe, and grab some comics and manga on your website. Absolutely, and I hope you're enjoying the beautiful weather of Florida. Hopefully, he'll be in Boston next week with the Sully.
Well, I hope so. I hope to see you. You and Casey, the team. That'd be awesome. You guys are great.
Yeah, it'll be fun times.
And if not, and also there'll be Boston Wicked Comic-Con in October for one day, and it's on a Sunday afternoon. I think the 9th. Just putting that out there. And
if I were HH and I was doing all this traveling, I would go to a baseball game in every city. That would be my goal.
that would be fun.
I would try to hit every stadium. You know what I mean? Do you like baseball, Dylan?
No, it's incredibly boring. Hate
You're
baseball.
one of those kids.
Been the
You
one
fucking
base.
Zoomers.
Baseball
Fascist.
sucks. It's the worst sport.
Fascist.
I went out here to watch Shohei play, and the guy didn't hit jack shit. It was 0-0 until like the final inning, and then it went into overtime. But I had left by then because it was so bad. It was so bad. Well, it was tied extra innings, whatever. I'm gonna get into semantics about it. That's overtime.
I live in.
You know what I just figured out?
Baseball
Dylan is a
sucks
shogun.
ass.
He is a shogun. He's not actually into sports. He lifts up so he can.
No, I
lift
like
it, but he
real
doesn't want to be
sports, not baseball. I like
The
football. I like
national
MMA.
Cricket.
good.
National pastime, as in it's passing over all their viewers because no one watches it anymore. No one gives a shit about baseball. It
I
sucks.
love baseball.
When was the last time you sat through an entire baseball game? Whole thing, start to finish.
Well, I was watching baseball before I moved out here. I can't get baseball here. I'd
Yeah,
watch
see,
it.
so there's the fake fan right there. You want to say
What are
something
you
about me?
talking
You're
about?
like, oh, baseball's so good. I watched one full game 20 years ago. That's how great it is.
I've only been here for 7 years.
I
but-
did. I actually watched a full baseball game a couple of weeks back because
and you loved it, didn't you?
it was a good time. I was
Exactly.
it was live. I went to the game. I
Well, that's what
also
he said
had
anyway. He went to show
I also
time.
had like the best fucking tickets. I was 4 rows behind home plate.
Ooh.
And I had a waiter.
Very nice.
Dylan, have you been to the Kraken yet?
No, I haven't. I need to. I've been to, when I lived in Florida, though, I went to several Lightning games, and those were fun. But I haven't because
Dylan calling me a fake fan. I've been to 3 UFC fights. How many you been to, Dylan?
But they're none. They've had
Fake
one out
MMA
here in
fan?
Seattle, and you went back when you could actually afford to go. Now it's like $1,000 if you want to go to a UFC fight.
I lived in
It's
San
crazy.
Antonio and Omaha when I went to those events. There was no events there. I had to fly to them because I fucking cared.
Yeah, again,
heart and
but
soul to
how much
UFC.
you pay for the tickets?
I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been over 10
Yeah.
years.
Now it's like minimum $500 for a UFC ticket. It's crazy. And I still watch all those, unlike you who doesn't watch any baseball games at all because you know baseball sucks and you don't want to waste your time with baseball.
Oh, you fascist.
That's crazy.
All this talk about baseball, but again, the only person that's watched a full baseball game is Doc, and that was several weeks ago, and he had a waiter. No one
I
just sits
living
down
in
and is like,
America and watch
I'm
baseball.
gonna turn on the game and watch a full baseball game. No one does that. I can sit down and watch 8 hours of football, and it's great. One baseball game and I want to die. Baseball sucks.
This is an inherently un-American.
And again,
point of
no
view.
one here watches baseball. No one here sits down and watches. No one in their living room goes like, I'm watching the entire thing. No one does that. I know that because everyone out here acts like they supports the Mariners, and everyone's a big Mariners fan out here in Seattle. It's like, oh, when was the last time you watched a full game? I check the score on my phone every 30 minutes. That's what baseball fans do. They don't watch the fucking product because it sucks. Baseball is
I
ass.
don't remember
would
the
like
Simpsons. The Simpsons where Homer had to stop drinking, and then he's sitting at the baseball game, and you hear the announcer, and he's going like, "Oh, and now the guys are talking by the mound. Oh, a fan has thrown a beach ball on the field." And then there's like a long pause, and he goes, "And now the Bat Boys are arguing about who's going to go get it." And Homer's like, "I never realized how boring this game is without beer."
Yeah, you know the biggest thing in baseball right now? The Savannah Bananas, where it's a bunch of dudes doing backflips and dancing and doing everything they can to try to make that boring ass sport entertaining. That's bigger than the MLB right now.
All right.
There's actually
All
like
right.
Baseball
Let's
sucks.
wrap this up. We got other stuff to talk about. Matt Moylan says we had our most packed Udon panel room ever this year, and booth sales were great. No movie studios is wonderful for the rest of us at San Diego Comic-Con.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Very nice. Did you run into Matt?
Yeah, I talked to Matt several times. I actually transported contraband to Matt so that he could take it back to Canada. And by contraband, I mean some
Taco
gaming
Bell?
cards.
Dude, you're gonna get him like probably caught up by the government there or something. You can't.
No,
be
this is
telling
how
him-
bad it is. It's so expensive to ship things to Canada that it's better for Canadians to ship them to an American friend and have their American friend bring it to them when they see them.
Yeah. But they do a lot of cool stuff at Udon. They do all the Street Fighter comics. They do
Darkstalkers, Mega Man.
I was still doing the
art
Street Fighter
collections.
swimsuit issues when Marvel decided to stop doing it for like 20 years.
I have
Yeah.
been a fan. Every time I see Udon Studios on a product, at least I know it's going to look spectacular.
You know why? Because Udon pays.
Yeah.
Udon pays well because their primary business is not comic books. You know, they're selling like big art collections and things like that. And the way that they monetize their books, you know, the way that they do their special issues that you buy on their website versus like what they put in stores, they've found a way to be profitable making comic books, but it's also not their main focus. So they're not, you know, even though they've been damaged like everybody else has by Steve Geppi trying to claim everybody's product as his and sell it out the back door. They still have multiple revenue streams and are able to stay healthy.
Yeah, so congratulations, man. I'm glad you had a good time and San Diego was fun. And we got to get Matt back on the channel. He was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That was great.
I mean, there's a
Baja
space
Cat.
now, Matt. There's a space right now, Matt. You want to come in?
There is.
I got a no-show.
Vaughn, I don't know if he's going to make it or not. Baja Cat. So Genius Reed legit uses some strategy as Patrick freaking Star in that episode from SpongeBob when they decided to move to the city. Is Feige serious?
It gets even worse. I won't spoil it, but something happens where the original plan doesn't go to plan. So they switch to something else. It's like a plan they used in the Lego games to defeat Galactus. And so
They tied his shoes
it's
together.
even dumber. 'Cause I'll say, aside from these plans, like they did a good job at showing how smart Reed is, but these plans were like, this is just dumb as hell.
Well, this is what happens when you have like dumb people trying to write a really hyper intelligent person. It's like all you can do is like make up fake science, you know, which becomes like the Star Trek thing of like, oh, well, we'll modify our deflector array with an tachyon pulse, and that'll solve. You know, everybody goes, oh, sure, because I mean, I can't disprove that. I don't know what any of that means.
That's why I like that Star Trek parody where the aliens like rebuilt the Enterprise, but from all the stuff that they said, so it would do all the shit that actually happened in the like,
Galaxy
how
Quest.
did you work this out? Galaxy Quest, that was great. Like, none of this is supposed to work.
I can't believe we never got a sequel to that.
They're supposed to be doing one.
Yeah, but Alan Rickman's dead. So
Hey, I know.
What do you do?
And I don't. This is the thing. While I appreciated the cinema of like doing the 25-year later Twin Peaks, not everything that's old and had a cult following or even was popular at the time that did not get a sequel needs to be followed up on 20 some years later.
Very
Yeah,
true, but everything is getting that.
I know.
I
we
just
got
watched Happy Gilmore 2 this week, so
That looked terrible.
Actually, you
Good.
know what?
It's fine.
Surprisingly not a bad movie, although there's a few instances where it's just like, this is just a random scene.
You
There,
guys,
Yeah.
there was a number of like, there would be like 4 or 5 in a row that it's just like, here's a bunch of random scenes together because we had no idea what the plot was in this part of the movie.
Yeah.
But then it would get back on track. It like didn't entirely derail the movie. It was only like 5 minutes here and there.
there was too many nostalgic callbacks too. Like it got to a point where it was like when like Joe Flaherty's son showed up to call him a jackass, like his dad did. I was just like, oh God, what are we
And
doing?
it's Eminem.
Yeah.
Did he go to his happy place with the beer?
Yes, but now actually that is a funny bit where it's like his happy place has had to change because he's older.
Oh, shit.
And it's like the things
and he's a
that make him happy.
recovering
You know, like-
alcoholic.
yeah.
Yeah.
it was better. That was a good
Gallums, thanks for the compliment, Sparrow. I remember things I like. Let me know if you forget things about the movies.
I see. I've already forgotten what the compliment was.
yeah.
So fine. Must have been a good one. And then Calb says, on what Baja Cat said, Feige sold his soul to Brie Larson, feminism, and Rick and Morty writers after getting embarrassed by the Wonder Woman movie.
I would. She's hot.
And here's the thing. He didn't even really get embarrassed. Like, all of us that watched it were like, you know what? I liked that movie. It was a good movie. I liked it better when it was Captain America: First Avenger, but it was still a good movie. You literally stole the other movie. It's fine. They did it okay.
Wonder Woman was better than Captain America: First Avenger.
No,
Not really.
Oh, a lot better.
No, the only
I mean,
thing
it had better eye candy. Although I would say that First Avenger had
They're
Haley
on
Atwell.
par, but I like
First
First Avenger
very
better.
much at all.
I would say the
Don't?
only
I thought
thing,
Thor was way better. Obviously,
First Avenger
next-
has a climax that works, and Wonder Woman does not.
Very
I'd
true.
say the only thing in Wonder Woman that is a better scene than that was the better plot point than Captain America: First Avenger is when she walked across no man's land versus when he just kind of stormed the castle by himself, because as a way to like get the men the other soldiers respect. And I think
just
that's
remember
the
there
only
being
thing
like
that
a
worked
weird
better.
Indian in there and be like, I left America because they weren't nice to me because I'm a Native American, so I came to World War II where it's peaceful. I was like, that's a strange take. I bet you Hitler wasn't that nice to Native Americans. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, but it was
Other
just
than
one
that,
line.
I was
If we're-
great
if
with it.
we're- Yeah,
Other than that, I'm good with it. That was a fucking good movie. Way better than the first Avenger, which I found to be completely boring.
well, first of
Oh
all,
my god!
hey,
Oh my
remember-
god!
Avenger's good.
Wonder Woman was set in World War One, not World
And-
War Two.
At least First Avenger is carried by its titular character, to where Wonder Woman's carried by Steve Trevor. Steve Trevor
Oh,
makes
that's
that
just-
movie. You take him
because
out,
you're a
that
Chris
movie is so much
Pine
worse.
Nut hugger.
Take him out and tell me that movie isn't so much worse. He carries that movie.
Take
It's the
Bucky
shock-
out and tell me
yeah.
that Captain America movie stands up.
It still would. It would still be good. Bucky adds a lot to it, but it still stands. He dies halfway through the movie.
Yeah,
It's about 2/3.
So yeah, you take him out, and also he's not even in it for the entire like first half either.
also First
He
Avenger
goes
to me
away.
felt like a throwback to, like, it had the same feel for me as like Raiders of the Lost Ark. It had like that throwback feel, and I like the direction. Yeah, no, I got to give it to First Avenger over Wonder
And Tommy Lee Jones is great.
Woman. Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
First
Stanley
Avengers.
Tucci, the Tooch. Come on.
He's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You guys are
First
crazy.
Avenger was better,
yeah. I think they're both like close
Tully's
on
with
par,
me.
but I like
He
First
knows.
Avenger better.
and
And you,
I mean,
and you know what, Wes? Gremlins 2 is better than Gremlins 1, so take that.
That's the dumbest shit. Like, I still can't believe you say that.
I wouldn't say something that sus, Aaron.
I
Come
say
on.
it now because it makes you mad.
Because it's fucking stupid. It's categorically false. Like, there's no reason to say something that is that wrong. But Decrepit says, I've lost faith in Doc's opinions. He's saying Doc is not right, which I agree with. Happy Gilmore 2 sucked. It didn't suck. It was fine.
Yeah.
You
It
guys are
wasn't
giving
good, but it was fine.
you guys are giving Happy Gilmore too like the solely comic like approval, where he's like, it wasn't dog shit. That's
well,
what
here's
Sully.
the
No,
thing.
there was like, okay, so at the beginning I was really enjoying it, and then we got to the middle, like I was like, oh, this feels like on par, and then we got to the middle, and I was like, a lot of this stuff isn't working, and then we got to the end, and I was like, a lot of this didn't work. So like there was a little bit of it that was, a third of it was fun.
I'd say I'd reverse that. I go 2/3 were fun, 1/3 was just kind of random bullshit or too many member berries. And
It was
I
too
many
many callbacks.
yeah, although I did love seeing MJF just randomly beating on his car.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I was like, I was like, oh, I want more MJF, and then I was like, oh, look, there's Becky Lynch. I want more Becky Lynch. I want more. Like the people that I recognize from wrestling were the most interesting part of the movie.
It was also, at least it was an Adam Sandler movie made in the post 2010 era where it's not just him on vacation with his friends in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Jay Lucian says Gremlins 1 doesn't hold up. That's crazy.
Mad.
I don't know if
Which
I agree
Gremlins
with
last
that.
year is
I
fine.
just
Despite
can't
my,
agree with it. It's a fucking great
despite my-
movie.
Despite my love for Gremlins 2, I still hold Gremlins 1 in high esteem.
I watched
Yeah.
Gremlins at Christmas. It was fine.
It's a great movie. But I guess we should talk about Marvel Comics. They are ending the Ultimate
No.
Universe as we know it. Ultimate Spider-Man is canceled. Black Panther, Ultimate X-Men. It turns out that the interpreter translator guy for Peach Momoko was right the whole time, and her husband was blowing smoke. It's all over. We're going to Ultimate Endgame. Deniz Camp. Nobody in the world more qualified to end the Maker's story and wrap up everything Jonathan Hickman started. And Doc, this has become a pattern. He not only is doing that with Ultimate Universe, he's doing it with the Imperial Universe as well. Start something and walking away.
Yeah, he's a quitter. He's literally just a quitter. He hasn't finished a fucking thing since Secret Wars. Every single thing he comes on, he's like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then I quit. Oh, I'm going to do this, and then I quit. Oh, I'm going to do this, and then I quit. He's just a quitter. And he's also proving my point, because he keeps picking the people that are on these projects. And outside of his talent evaluation of Brian Edward Hill, which I think is perfectly fine, I think he's a good writer, every other creative that he has ever selected for any of his project is terrible. He first it was what's her name? The fucking tarot card broad. And
I think that's her name, Doc.
The tarot card broad.
Yeah, tarot card broad. That's a great superhero name.
Yep. And Jerry Duggan and a handful of others for X-Men. And then he came on and tried Gods. Now, and he's doing Imperial. Well, I guess Imperial was after he started his Ultimates thing. He just keeps redefining he's like the Jason Aaron, except for he just quits halfway through. Jason Aaron gets brought in to fundamentally break the foundations of every character and rebuild them in some abominable fucking Frankenstein version. Jonathan Hickman gets brought in to recontextualize a portion of the Marvel Universe. It was the mutants, then it was the magic, then it was the ultimate, and now it's the space. And then he just gives up and quits partway through. It's like he picks his own co-creators, gets sad that they fuck up the plan that he has, so he rage quits. I don't know if he rage quits. He just kind of silently sulks away, and then hires them same fucking retards to work for him the next time.
Well, it'll be different this time.
I know.
Speaking of people who are not quitters, people who hang in there and who eventually made it to the show. Welcome, Vaughn.
Yeah,
Vaughn
I
Coleman.
apologize. I'm so sorry, guys.
Did you bring Duncan's kids?
No.
Oh, come on. I wanted a large regular.
You were the one that was late. You're the one
Good to see
responsible
you.
for bringing the donuts.
Yeah, to bring some
All right.
donuts, man.
All right, I'll mail them to you. They might not be good by the time they get there, but it's a thought that counts, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
We talking. As soon as I heard quitters, and I got the context clues around the Hickman.
Yeah.
Man, his X-Men run came out when I was in college, and I had just started reading the original, I had started reading Claremont's run, right? And then I'm told, oh, this new run is great, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna check it out. And it's the best thing in years since the Claremont era. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So I'm reading it, and I was really liking House of Powers Vex. I really was liking it. And then I'm like, I can't wait for the reveal that they're all mind controlled, because I didn't even register as I had heard the rumors about modern comics, and I had read some things here and there, but I had mostly been reading older stuff, right? So I was under the impression I couldn't wait for the reveal that they were mind controlled or something, because it didn't even occur to me as a possibility that they were just doing this. It genuinely didn't even occur to me that would even happen. It was so outlandish. And then I was still reading, and I was going, and I was like, okay, Cyclops is a cuckold in our first issue. This is
it's a choice.
I was like, this is not. I was like, so why would they make that part of the mind control plot line? It's kind of weird. It's also weird that the current fans are defending this choice. That's kind of odd. But I kept going, and I was like, oh my god, this is this is I think one of my quitting points. God, there were like a few, but one of them was a weird one. Was when I skipped an issue of X-Men, or I one of the titles like, oh, Professor X died in X-Force. I was like, what? So I have to read X-Force to know that. What does he have to do with X-Force? And it was just weird.
That was the thing. Like, okay, they started that whole Krakoa era, and leaving it, they're like, okay, we're recontextualizing, so death doesn't matter. You can't use it as a cheap plot device,
right? Exactly.
To get, to bring it over, or to get a moment, make a moment important, because the death doesn't really matter to the X-Men, because so many of them have died and come back. So I'm setting up and kind of recontextualizing this universe, or this portion of the universe, where death doesn't matter. And then the first issue of X-Men, they're like, oh, how are we going to end our cliffhanger? With the guy dying.
Yeah, my quitting moment on that X-Men was when a bunch of old ladies from the YMCA showed up and kicked the shit out of the X-Men.
Oh my god!
That was when that was legitimately when I stopped. I'm done.
That was
I don't care about this anymore.
Yeah,
that was very early on. Yeah, that was what I'm done. I love Toxin Pox, but that was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
the Golden Girls who cuss a lot showed up to.
It was so bad. It was so bad. That was my quitting point.
I think I'd memory wiped that, to be honest with you, because I like as soon as you mentioned it, I'm like, oh, yes. But like I've mentioned why I quit so many times, and I just forgot. I think by intention.
So much crud in that it's like so easy to forget all the little things that made you, just bail from the program. I mean,
oh my god, another one that got to me is because to be honest, like the way they would handle certain things, like, and I don't even like talking about the subject, but I'm going to, like, the whole way they kind of handled like the woke stuff was annoying. Like compared to like back in the day, they'd have like you have protests and things like that, but it was never done in this kind of way, like in Claremont's run. But like there was a moment where
Claremont's run was about equality, and
this was about spite,
superiority. Yeah, spite and superiority.
Yeah, dude, I read Claremont's last issue the other day. I finished his run, X-Men #3.
Yeah.
And there is the speech Magneto gives, and then there's the speech Charles Xavier gives to counter it. And I'm like, holy crap, these modern writers are literally agreeing word for word with Magneto. This is insane.
Yeah,
this is insane.
It was Magneto's dream with Charles in charge.
And it was
nailed it.
Our days and our nights and me.
I think one of the other issues I had was there's this one part early on where it felt like, okay, they are literally just talking to the readers. This is them responding to internet stuff. And it was when they have, for some reason, there's 2 Wolverines, which is like, why are we doing that? But it's like the X-23 goes, I'm Wolverine, and Wolverine behind her goes,
yes,
as if
you are, kiddo. Yeah,
as if he's looking right at the audience. You tell him, girl. And I'm like, Wolverine? No, what? You're Wolverine.
It also doesn't work because at the end, it's not the character giving an endorsement; it's the writer using the character.
That's I know,
and we all get it. We all know that's what's happening, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
and it's like, so he picks these creatives that have failed with him on at least 3 other attempts. I mean, because Tinny Howard's worked with him for what, like 3 different projects? I think she was supposed
to did the one, and she went and did his 3 worlds.
Yeah, and I think she was supposed to be part of like whatever was going to spin out of Gods, but Gods failed so bad that nothing spun out of it. And so he keeps picking these same creatives, and then they fail, and then he gets sad that it's not working, and he leaves and lets them finish off whatever story he was going to tell. He sucks at talent evaluation, and he's a quitter.
Yeah, I mean, I even like I thought he was on a technical level the better writer than the others they brought on. Or how about I didn't realize how bad it was because at the time I was early in Claremont's run. But it wasn't until I got to Mutant Massacre that I realized the magnitude of how stupid it is for Kitty to lead a team called the Marauders. Because it was like, oh my God, these guys traumatized her. Like they murdered women and children in front of her, and she's like, that's the name. And I reread that scene after getting to Mutant Massacre, and she goes, I don't know, I just couldn't think of a name. I'm like, so you picked the name of the people that murdered women and children in front of you and made you like intangible for like a year?
She's got knuckle tattoos now, Vaughn. You don't understand.
That was big ridiculous too. So she starts off because I remember going, why is she more mature in the comics where she's a 13-year-old girl than she is when she's in her 20s? I was like, what is happening? And the fact that the writers were celebrating her immaturity is as if it's maturity. Like, okay, she goes off on a drunken whim, which first of all, weird, and then is just kissing people randomly and gets tattoos. Yes, queen. And then she names herself after the people that murdered her loved ones. And I'm like, or not her loved ones, I guess, but
but don't you get it? It's empowering for a woman to just do what they want and not have to meet a man's.
Remember when she couldn't go through the gates of Krakoa, and it turned out it wasn't because there was something bad or sinister. She didn't have like confidence in herself or something stupid like that.
Yeah, there was this whole mystery as to why she couldn't use the fucking gates, and then it just turned out she was like sad.
Yes.
Well, Kitty used to be the character that every like teenage X-Men fan had a crush on, and now Kitty is a character that you wouldn't want to spend 2 minutes in a room with.
Yeah, what happened, man? She's in my top 3 X-Men characters. Like, I love Kitty Pryde. And I was like, oh my God, I hate her. What happened?
She's unlikable and insufferable, just
how
like
do you
a
do
feminist
that?
Wants her to be. Feminism. Because it's here goes Eric on his misogynist thing. He's going no black pill on us again. Oh, Sully. I mean, no, she's a feminist icon kind of thing now. It's all about being insufferable and unlikable because that has nothing to do with respect. You will
for the feminist writers appealing to the 13 feminist readers that are not buying the book and pirating it off of sites and claiming that character's me. You know, it's like it's so tiresome.
Well, the thing is, there were, and I gotta like this defend because I would agree, but the thing is, there were like blatant feminist elements even in the original run, down to Mystique's name.
Yes,
but the difference is, 1, Mystique was a villain, but 2, even outside of that, Mystique was a villain, was more likable than that version of Kitty Pryde. I don't know how you messed that up because she was not supposed to be. She was a villain, but oh my God, like exactly, it was a self-insert. It felt like. And that's why I hated when, and I know a lot of people like Tom King's Supergirl. I haven't read that yet, but I hated
nobody here, so you're safe.
Okay, so because I've never read it, I haven't read it, but I remember when I was watching Superman with my mom, who knows nothing about comics, and Supergirl showed up. My mom goes, "Oh, that's awful. Why is she so trashy? This is a terrible role model for women." And I was like, "I agree."
Have you ever read True Grit?
No.
I've seen the movie.
I need to. I have to.
Okay.
I know. I feel bad. It's on my list.
The Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is just True Grit, but Supergirl is Rooster Cogburn, the marshal, the drunk marshal. He basically just stole the entire story. That's that's my problem with it. And Supergirl's not an alcoholic, so it didn't make any sense, but it's whatever.
Well, Tom King doesn't write from who the character is. He writes from who he needs the character to be to make his sad sack therapy story work.
Yeah, this is my problem. I haven't read any of Tom King's stuff, but I just literally every time you see a panel from his work, it's like someone crying or moping. And I'm like, is this all his entire catalog?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
A surprisingly good Superman story,
and
though.
Killing a major character.
Midlife crisis, sad man is in all of what Tom does.
That's riveting. See, I'll be honest. There are books sometimes I've looked at on the shelf. So I'm like, oh, I'm interested in that, and then I see King, and maybe I need to try it and not be hope about it, but it just doesn't look appealing to me.
That's the most depressing part is he gets teamed up with the best artists. He's got Clayman, he's got Mitch Gerads, he's got like all these guys that are great artists, and then they're stuck with Tom King, and it sucks.
Well, if your mom was an executive at WB, you'd have sweet gigs too.
Good
Is that
point.
true?
Yeah, that is true.
But she was. She's no longer with it, but she's a longtime executive at Warner Brothers.
Wow.
There's probably
That's
still
crazy,
people
but-
that she worked with that are,
Absolutely.
propping him up.
Crazy.
So, Ultimate Spider-Man's been pretty great. Did you like this episode this week, Sully?
I did. Great art. I loved Richard's part in it and what happens with his suit. That was
So
really
this is my problem with it, Sully. So the previous issue, we finally have some really exciting stuff happen. He's set up by, Black Cat's daughter that he has an attraction to. She talks him into coming out and then springs a trap on him that, in fact, he's going to be going up against Wilson Fisk and, the Sinister Six that he's created and all that kind of stuff, the Dawns of New York. And then when we open up the book, he's just like out in the city a month later
It's a
talking to
month
her
later.
like, oh,
Yeah,
nothing
exactly.
happened. I'm all right. I was
The
like, what are you
time-
doing? Why did you set up the big fucking cliffhanger?
that the whole time thing just like really messed
It
with it.
ruins the flow of the stories.
It really does. And there were some good parts of this, to this issue. I mean, the art was really good. Like Peter waiting in his old apartment for somebody to show up, like having him wait in the webs. That was pretty cool. And by the end of it, though, it just was too talky. And the most natural thing would have been for MJ and Peter to go to bed together, to be a couple. And
Did you want a sex scene? Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, look at his
wanted
eyes. He's being
I
all
wanted
creepy.
an
He's
Oh, I
creepy
miss-
Sully right
I
now.
miss when Peter and MJ were married and they were just like super horny.
yeah,
for
they
each
were
other.
super horny for each other.
Well, you've never had two kids. I can tell you that, man. That shit wears off.
Neither is Peter and Mary Jane. So
They've got two kids in that universe.
they doing this, but I was talking about the old MJ Peter horniness.
Yeah. They come back to bed kind of
I mean, they
Sully,
should have
your
two
eyes
kids as
freak
much as
me
they were
out there,
doing.
dude. You're like, I wanted to see him.
I wanted to see them get it on.
Get her, Peter. Oh, like, whoa, what's wrong
So
with
he's
his
like,
old
now,
face?
now
Shit.
kiss.
Now take her bra strap with one finger like you did in high school.
But I don't know, Sully. I don't think we're ever going to get really what we wanted out this Ultimate
we're not.
Spider-Man anyway.
I mean, seriously.
You're gonna get Dennis Camp. What are you talking
Dude,
about?
we're gonna get Dennis. We're gonna get Camp.
Well, he's
dude.
not finishing Ultimate Spider-Man. Jonathan
But he's-
Hickman is at 24.
He's
But
patching the torch to him though, and I mean
Yeah.
we're wrapping up at issue 24 in December. I mean, I was the biggest fan of the original Ultimate Spider-Man. That went over 160 issues and published for like 11 years, every month on the month, and it was pretty darn good for its time. And even though it was Bendis, but I mean, we can't have good things. This is why we can't have good things anymore.
Ultimate Spider-Man was 18 issues a year,
Dude, that was crazy.
and it was Bagley Bendis every issue.
and RT Bear for a long time
Yep.
too. Before, and but that was one of my. That's when I had like the most fun reading Spider-Man. Was the first Ultimate Spider-Man. I thought it was really awesome, and this does not come close to it. Now it's good. It really is. I really have a feeling that this is my thought that Jonathan Hickman is trying to do the Sopranos of superhero stories here. Because I'm a huge Sopranos fan, I see a lot of similarities. The emphasis on the B characters, lots of talking over dinner, and you're always wondering, like in the Sopranos, why isn't there more whacking? Why isn't there more mob hits? And we ask the same thing in Ultimate Spider-Man. Where is Spider-Man? Why aren't we getting Spider-Man action? I mean, there hasn't been real big Spider-Man action scenes besides that the bank holdup, and with Mr. Negative. That was probably for me that was the peak Spider-Man moment in the 19 issues that we've got so far.
man,
Whacking
It's-
one.
I don't know.
Yeah, you want more whacking? Is that what you
Or
want?
whacking. Well, Peter
I've
is
never
because
seen,
apparently
I've never
MJ doesn't
seen-
want
Never seen two boys did so much whacking. The boys been whacking in my tool shed.
You boys know what a quota is? Isn't that like 25 cents? Yeah, I'm just not feeling it. And also, and to boot, and at the end of it all, the knowing that it's coming to an end has totally taken all of my interest kind of out of it. Seriously, it's like this is going nowhere. I mean, over 2 years, I've spent about over $100 on this monthly floppy. And what reward are we getting out of this?
You're getting rewarded with them rebooting and doing all new Ultimate.
Well, I guess the
Marvel.
reward is Ultimate Endgame by Deniz Camp.
No, thank you. I mean, he's a Kefka Karen. I don't care for his writing. He just always throws his personal politics into the stories. These are stories meant for a general audience. At least Hickman is doing that. You know what I mean?
Well, Deniz Camp is one of those idiots that's still running around cons wearing a mask.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, just a brainwashed, you know. What do you expect you're going to get from him? Yeah, just an absolute cuck bitch, you know. And this is who they're propping up as like, this guy's going to like, he's the only one. He's the only one who can finish this story that Hickman can't be bothered to.
Well, remember, there's like 15 people that are really, 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 really hardcore Deniz Camp fans on Reddit.
Twitter loves
Dude,
him.
Reddit. What is up with Reddit, bro? I remember getting into that in college. I was like, oh, cool, we get this thing. They are the biggest echo chamber of all. I remember if you can find like the most indefensible comic book take, like something that you're like, okay, there's no way anyone could defend this. You just look up that moment and there are people on Reddit talking about how it's brilliant. No matter what. Like it's just
I think the
crazy.
problem with Reddit is if you say something against like whatever their point of view is, they ban you.
They literally ban you. Dude, I had a black friend of mine who was like, hey, like he wasn't even conservative or anything. He just goes, I'm just tired of a lot of liberals going in and saying they want black characters. And why am I the only one in the comic shop buying books with black characters? And they were like, they banned him. They banned him.
Kind of got out of line, I guess.
Yes.
How dare he have an opinion? No, but
He was
that's
trying
right.
to promote black characters in comics, and they banned him from promoting black characters in comics.
We'll celebrate a black opinion. This is how they are. It's like we'll celebrate a black person's opinion as long as it is in lockstep with what our opinion is. But the moment they even slightly step off the, step off the leave the reservation.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's like then they're they get called names and they're banned. It's ridiculous.
And speaking of black characters, I mean, for me, the best title in the Ultimates line is Black Panther. I love this title. It's always got action. It's always got some, soapy melodrama. It's been consistent. I love the art. Brian Hill's doing an amazing job on this book. Really, anyone's talking about it. I think it's better than Spider-Man, and it's better than the Ultimates. I'll tell you that much. But it's like, what's the point of it? I mean, it's all coming to an end.
In fairness, it's just basically just a perfectly good normal Black Panther book. It really shouldn't exist in the Ultimate universe.
Mm-hmm.
90% of that, other than the weird storm thing,
book.
Yeah, it should just be the ongoing Black Panther book.
It's really good.
I stopped reading it after 4 issues because it didn't seem like it was going anywhere interesting. But apparently it picked up. I was planning on jumping back in, but what's the point now with Endgame?
Yeah. And I gave up on Ultimate X-Men after 4 issues because we all know how I feel about that with my misogyny. It's just a girl boss book that should be Ultimate Runaways, but this is not an X-Men book.
You should read Ultimate Wolverine. That's the X-Men book.
It's okay. See, I like the limbs art, but the other ones wasn't. No, it's a mystery.
Ultimate X-Men. It'll find out in the last issue that they are all trans. And it's just been Ultimate X-Men the entire time. Maybe. That's why it's called X-Men.
That would be quite the twist.
Oh,
what a twist!
I get it.
That's riveting stuff.
Yep.
I don't believe that'll be the case.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't been reading any of the old. I've been told that Ultimate Spider-Man is great. I just haven't read it.
It's not great, Vaughn. It's better than ASM. It's boring. It's a lot of talking. It's not enough Spider-Man. It's just the fact that you can read it and not throw up in your mouth that like everybody's like, oh, it's pretty
You're really
good.
selling this, Aaron.
Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not great.
It started out really strong, and then usual Hickman, it hits a wall and just slows down.
Because he doesn't know what to do with plot. He just At this point in his career, I think he just wants to world build. Go make MMOs, dude. That's it. Leave comics, please. Either write a plot or go make MMOs. Those are your fucking choices, but you keep wanting to do both.
I mean, I don't want to be too harsh on him getting bored with his own ideas because he's doing those ideas at Marvel, and you know how restrictive that becomes and what nonsense you have to put up with. So I'm sure that, like, right out of the gate, you know, they're like, yeah, Hickman, we're going to let you do all this stuff. And he's like, cool, here's what I want to do. I'm excited about it. And then as he gets into it and he starts getting editorial edicts, and it's like, now we're adding this book that you got to work in and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, you know, who should write that? Deniz Camp. You know, I think he just gets bored and worn out with it. And that's really kind of like the problem with mainstream comic book writers now, is like, they're clearly not interested in what they're doing. That's why all of the excitement is with the indies, because at least we actually care about the product that we're putting out. We care about the story that we're telling, and we want you to be invested in it. And we want you to be interested. And there's no reason. I mean, they get their check whether you're interested or not over at Marvel and DC. So, you know, they don't have to hustle.
I will say, I think that's part of what's resonating with Absolute Batman, though, is you can tell Scott Snyder's having a blast writing this batshit crazy Batman. Like, you can tell he's into it after being worn out writing Batman for a while and taking a break and coming back to this insane version of Batman. You can tell he's having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, like whatever dumb idea he comes up with. Oh, what if he took his ears off and stabbed Black Mask in the eye? He just gets to do it.
Like, that's
so
awesome.
He's excited about it. And to an extent, like, I read it and I go, God, that's dumb. But I'm still laughing and having a good time.
Yeah,
it's very fun.
It's a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't read much of that. I haven't read any of that because, to be honest, because of that, it sounds. I'm like, this is ridiculous. To me, it was like when they described the premise, I was like, that's not Batman. And like, no, but it's cool. I'm like, yeah, but it's why are they calling it Batman?
Because it's absolute Batman.
what's like? Am I missing something? I don't know.
There is very little Batman about Absolute Batman.
Because I heard it's good. I've heard it's good.
It's just the universe is made out of Darkseid, and so they're made out of Darkseid. The entire absolute universe or Earth is made out of Darkseid, and so all of the heroes' inciting incidents have been changed somehow. You know, kind of like what they did with the Maker did over on Ultimates. You know, an Ultimate Incursion. I mean, or which Ultimate Invasion was it? What I can't.
Ultimate Invasion, then Ultimate Universe #1.
Yes, please. And so it's the same thing basically, just for different flavor. But so Bruce has a different, just a little change, and we stepped on the butterfly in the Amazon in the past. That kind of shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought. I need to. I've been reading. I like Battle Beast a lot. Like, that's one I've been reading. I like whenever.
Well, if you like over the top, violent, gory books like Battle Beast, you should read Absolute Batman.
Okay, should I? Well, because that's my only thing. I guess is I was like, I guess my and not to be a negative Nancy. My whole thing was Battle Beast makes sense for Battle Beast as a character, right? Yeah, Absolute Batman. Like, I see Batman holding an axe, and I'm like, I'm just sick of Batman killing. Whether it's the Snyder,
he doesn't kill in this. He doesn't kill at all.
What?
That first
he doesn't.
Is there death by misadventure?
No, he maims. He doesn't kill. He literally says it that he doesn't kill. He does maim, yes, but he doesn't kill anyone.
I don't kill somebody, then I blow them up with a bomb.
Mainline Batman does the same thing.
Many of those guys probably died of their injuries, Dylan, but he didn't directly murder them.
It's the same as mainline Batman. He does not kill.
They didn't end their legs at his hands, like right there.
Mainline Batman cripples guys and crushes their windpipe and like leaves them out in the snow. It's like, I didn't kill that guy.
To get out of this.
Get his arm off with an axe.
Contact the other.
That guy didn't get to the hospital in time.
I've given up on
we saw that guy later. We saw that guy later. He's alive.
Yeah, he won't be doing anything.
So there you go. Yeah, but no, he doesn't kill.
I'm not hitching my wagon to the Absolute Batman doesn't kill thing. I'm just okay with it.
But Vaughn,
he literally doesn't, though.
He threw a 5-year-old in the ocean. There's no way.
What? That kid can swim. There's babies that swims. He didn't throw him. He punted him. That was great. That was great.
I don't have any context or any of this. Maybe I should check it out.
It's great.
As an
I
artist,
think that was a lot of fun.
It's big dumb Batman. It is a big dumb crazy ride.
The world's dumbest detective. It's great.
It's really fun. It is the third best Batman book out right now, though.
and hopefully you love
All right,
Nick
what's
Drago's
the
art,
best?
man. This is really
Batman,
fun.
Robin, and Dark Patterns are both better.
Mhm.
Okay, I haven't checked either of those out.
Those
what do you
are
guys
both
think of
really
that-
good.
of Hush 2. Not to
It
describe
sucks.
It
Hush
sucks,
2
man.
sucks.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's
I
I
wanted
don't
to
know.
like it, man.
I don't know what they should have done this as Black Label and just not had Jeff Loeb have to tie anything into canon because he hasn't read a Batman comic in 20 years and it shows. Him coming back
I'm
is
okay
like
with that.
we're just well. The problem is he's retreading things that have already been done. He's doing all this stuff. It's like, oh, that's already been addressed. Jason's already been over that. Like, why are we going over this? This plot thread's already we saw it 15 years ago. It's like if they would have just done it in Black Label and had it like follow up exactly after Hush, the first one, and he could have done whatever he wanted. Maybe Jeff Loeb could have told an interesting story. But right now, he's trying to tie it into mainline Batman, and it's not good, and it's a mess, and he just doesn't know. What
I'm
he's doing.
legitimately okay with him ignoring literally everything after.
No, that's because you're not really a DC fan.
Well, for my
You'll be all
money,
right.
Hush is not an interesting character to build a story around anyway. It's like you had that one story, and then that's it.
And he's
No,
known
Paul
to-
Dini did some amazing stuff with Hush.
I
You were
agree.
Well,
wrong.
Paul
I
Dini,
agree.
you were right. You were right. But like, I mean,
Paul Dini had a whole like
Paul
Hush
Dini-
saga that was amazing.
Wait,
Paul
on
Dini
outside of
versus Jeff
Heart of
Loeb
Hush,
now.
what else
That's
did
not
he
a
do?
fair
He
comparison.
did Hush Money and House of Hush and
oh
yeah,
my God,
he
I need
did.
to check those
What
out.
about
Yeah.
City of
Yes,
Hush?
yes. If you get the Batman by Paul Dini omnibus, it has all that because it's all in
Okay.
his Streets of Gotham run and it's amazing.
Because
It's
I
really
liked
good.
Heart of Hush, and I remember thinking,
If you
wow,
liked Heart of
is-
Hush, yeah.
I
And
remember
how is
thinking
Paul
Heart of
Dini
Hush-
not working right now? Like, how is he not on a Bat book right now?
I don't know. I don't know. It makes
Self-respect.
no sense.
He must be too. Yeah, he must be too expensive.
Wait,
like,
so it's
just-
Heart of Hush, and then what else?
House of Hush and Hush Money, I believe,
Hush
are the
Money.
other two.
Hush
I think
Money is
are-
that's a good title.
I believe
That's
that's what the other two are called.
Well, yeah,
You
it's
should
Paul
make
Dini,
one
man.
called
It's
Hush
like-
But yeah,
Puppies.
you get to see Dick
where
Grayson
Hush just went
Batman
out there
trying to
and
deal with
killing
Hush.
dogs, man.
No, you
Hush
should do
Puppies
one
a
where.
book.
Well, no, Hush Puppies is where he's retired from crime and he started a kennel, and it'll have lots of cute puppies.
really?
And then Sully will buy the book because it'll have a corgi on the cover.
Yeezys.
Yeah, I got him actually right here. Yeah.
And
House
then-
of Hush.
But
Hush
then
Money.
Ace the Bat Dog shows up to ruin all of his
Hush
stuff.
Puppies?
I bought a Batman figure the other day just specifically because it had Ace the Bat Hound as an accessory.
Nice.
And I'm like, what am I
Did
gonna
you
do with
like
this
the
Batman?
Legion of Super Pets?
No, I don't care about any of
Mm.
that. And I didn't see that movie where The Rock and Kevin Hart were like.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that. It's got The Rock and Kevin Hart. Why would I bother?
It was good.
You know, Paul Dini did a
Kids love
really interesting standalone based on his life in a way, and it was about it was great art by Eduardo Risso, but he suffered a really bad attack. He was mugged by two people and left for dead, and it was called Dark Knight, Night, and it was about like kind of like him coping with his assault, but talking to this imaginary Batman that he's been talking to for years, like in his head. So it was really good. I mean, just it's out there and check it out.
No, I can tell you from just having lunch with Paul and just throwing things at him. Like, okay, if you were going to, one of the things that Solani and I threw at him was if you were going to like write the Bookworm from the Batman 60s TV show, but put him in regular continuity, what would he do? And he just like leaned back for a second and then like came back with like a pitch. And I was like, I want to read that book. Like we were just joking around, but now I really want to read that. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was really sad that they didn't let him close out the Arkham trilogy. That made me so sad. He wrote Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, amazing games, and then Arkham Knight, they didn't bring him back. They had their in-house writers at Rocksteady write it, and it's the weakest of the three games.
It so shows.
What happened? Did Paul Dini do something behind the scenes? Because that guy's a
No, they
genius.
just. I think that the schedules just didn't line up perfectly, and then they were
So
like,
sad.
Well,
Rework your schedule. I would have
Yeah.
waited.
Yeah,
I would have
they definitely
waited.
should have. Paul Dini's worth the wait.
Oh my God! Like the
Oh,
Arkham
man.
Knight, Arkham City, man. That story. Whew.
Rhaegar Targaryen and Hush Puppies. Hush becomes Michael Vick from back in the day when he got in trouble for that one thing.
I appreciate.
That's Hush Puppies.
I like the Rhaegar Targaryen. That's going to be
Oh,
my
man.
go-to now. My go-to phrase when I'm talking about something horrible that somebody did when he got in trouble for that one thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, Rhaegar. I
Neil
appreciate-
Gaiman when he got in trouble for that one thing.
Oh, like the comedian. Oh, just once. Oh, jeez.
That.
I
Hush puppies.
appreciate the
That'd be
Rufus
good.
Shinra profile picture there. Man of culture.
Nerd says the irony: the Superman fan insulting Superman's favorite sport.
You got that right.
He is correct about that, Dylan.
No, he's
Yeah,
not,
even
because
like
Superman was all into football. Remember John Burns' run, he was playing football, and Jeff Johns' run, he's playing football and wasn't allowed to with his friends because he broke Pete's arm. Football. He likes football, the best
He
sport,
goes
not
to
baseball.
games.
Football,
like a fascist
a game with
right.
contact.
Football. Yeah, football
Nah, he
is
loves
his game.
Baseball.
No, football was his game that he was playing.
He
It's
stands
football,
for truth, justice, in the American way,
football.
just like
which is
baseball is the
football.
American pastime.
Baseball is no
No.
longer America's pastime. It's
It
not.
is the
Exactly,
American
it's
pastime.
not.
That's doom
It's
scrolling now.
Japan's pastime now.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
Puerto Rico's
Oh,
Yep.
pastime.
Yep.
Cuba's
Football is
pastime.
America's
You
pastime.
just turned on American history and sided with Japan, huh?
It's not my fault baseball is boring. I didn't invent it. I didn't make it boring.
Thank
It's not
you,
my
Aaron.
fault.
Wow.
Thank you. Yes.
I think we can all improve baseball by allowing at least one guy on every team to be roided completely. That's-
Look,
That's
I
not-
have
he
no
gets
problem.
the exemption.
I'm way past the point of caring about roids in sports. I say everybody get roided up, be the biggest monsters that you can, and just go out there and smash the ball into the stratosphere, and then maybe it'll be interesting.
So there was a little thing. We'll just hit this briefly because I know Aaron wanted to talk about it. But Rob Liefeld, after his 500,000 direct-to-consumer Youngblood #1 relaunch that will be available in stores in November, said he's got the answer to save comic books, and it's direct-to-consumer. Marvel should do it. DC should do it. Every creator out there should do it. What did you want to say about that one, Aaron?
I want to say that is the dumbest idea that I have ever heard. That only works. You said it great in your video. It only works for Rob Liefeld because he has a 30-plus career where he's somehow built up a mystique, because he created a couple of characters that other creators came on and made viable. And so he's built up this mystique, he's built up this reputation, and he's able to go direct to consumer and make $500,000 on a Youngblood book that, I mean, let's face it, Rob's not a writer. It's not going to be great, but, it's the nostalgia factor. He's able to do that. Vaughn is not going out there with Phenomenova and making $500,000 direct to
No,
consumer.
I'm not.
I'm
yeah.
not going out there with Kneel Before Doomface and making $500,000 direct to consumer. It's not viable for everybody. It's
Yeah.
viable for a niche of collectors that want to jump in on a bunch of overpriced variants and hope that they hold their value. That's what it's good for.
You can't. Yeah, that's one of the things is when you have a new IP, man, it's generally very hard to sell it. If you have titties on the cover, and I'll admit to that helps, which I did not do, which is a big mistake. But
Put titties on the cover.
Oh, I was an all ages book. I didn't think of it, but it's
Variant.
hard.
Well, I don't want that. I don't want that fan base. I don't want to do like Merc was doing when I was there, and that I wouldn't promote those covers because I didn't think that the characters should be portrayed that way. But it's like I don't want to do those. I don't want to do the lowest common denominator sales tactics. I want to build a book in a universe that's based on merit, and that's what we were trying to do internally with Merc. But unfortunately, we had an owner that just wanted to do titty covers, and build it that way. And then eventually there's like move into complete porn. That has no interest for me. I think that's I don't want that fan base. But I want a fan base of readers who like comic books and who like characters and who like stories. That's what I'm after.
I think the thing with Rob, we heard this exact same. I feel like I fell back into 2016, 2017 again. After, look, I don't mean to cast any shade, but after Ethan had his success launching Cyberfrog, we heard the exact same. Oh, this is the model for the future. Direct to consumer. Everything. It does not work.
No,
it's never been it's a viable option for a few very, very well-known or infamous creatives.
and even then, it's usually a temporary option. I mean, I'm just being honest. Our direct to consumer is the reason, and I think people are forgetting. Like, to me, crowdfunding has never been the end. It's been a means Like, hence
To a
why the
start.
platform is called Kickstarter. It's meant to, all right, here. It's not meant to, like, for me, like, I raised enough to make the damn book.
Yes.
Then it's after me. It's up to me to carry it.
Well,
Yep.
As far
But
as
we
I
have-
can.
This is but it's the exact same thing, and the same criticisms of it remain. It is the beginning of the end, because now you are just you have zero potential for growth.
Right.
And when you say the beginning of the end, it's just having crowdfunding
The
is not
start
that.
of-
But if
No.
everybody does that,
Exactly.
there's no
Wh-
potential.
when
for
you
growth.
switch
That's the
to,
problem.
if that becomes the model for this industry, it becomes, there is no chance for growth, there is no chance for
Right.
new, there is no chance for
There's
exposure.
no future for comic shops.
It's the and it's the exact same argument that I make about, like, full digital and everything like that. You have no way of with people, when people aren't looking for your product already, you have no way to put it in front of their face so that they give it a try. You need you start selling to an ever shrinking demographic, either by finances, interest, or just simply death. They age out and die.
Okay.
Might be 30 years from now, might be 50 years from now, might be 6 months from now. You can't. It is not a growth industry. It is a downward spiral. You are starting the beginning of the death knell. It might not. It might take 25 years to get there, but that's the only inevitable outcome at that point.
Rob's not even crowdfunding. That's Whatnot and Massive, correct?
Yeah.
So he's got someone to print these things. He doesn't have to worry about.
Yeah,
he's
and it's
got
all,
his
it's
own
all
grounds and all that
speculative,
stuff.
and it's all speculative. It's people like jumping in, because they think that it's going to be, they're going to be able to make some money on it. That's a big chunk of it.
Right.
It's the 90s speculator boom again, and that's what Whatnot is. And it'll work for a little while until it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not the future of the comic book industry.
No.
And Doc, I will throw some shade at Rob. He needs to keep his promise to Eric Nienotowski and publish that cover. That
He said he never promised the cover on issue 1. He just said he promised it to be a cover.
But when you look at the texts, the ones that Rob later, tried to delete, you look at the actual texts. Eric asks, will it be on any comic? And Rob's like, nope. So, Rob is misrepresenting it. It's right there. Either he misunderstood when he responded to Eric, in which case he needs to say I misunderstood, or, he needs to come clean with the fact that he's not going to do it and that he broke his word. But
I
either way.
legitimately have no idea what anybody's talking about right
He
now.
did
Rob had a contest, a fan
contest.
contest to make some
Fan
art.
cover.
Winner will get on a cover of Youngblood.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
It
shitty.
sounds like Rob is reneging because of the Twitter interaction with the artist.
I mean, but I mean, look, Rob is Rob. He's a great guy for comics, and he's also a terrible guy for comics, depending on the day and depending on the topic.
But
and
I like the microeconomies going on with comic books. I think it's cool that people have variety and that if Marvel and DC can't deliver what you need, you can go find it other places. I think these are all wonderful things.
Yeah.
But we still need to have Marvel and DC come back if there's going to be like viability and growth in long-term health.
Yeah.
Or somebody to do something that's widely available.
well, I mean, like here is the direct-to-consumer model that could work, and it's their kind of pushing back to their subscription model of pay $30, $40, whatever it is. I mean, I remember back in the day, it was like $10
Rob's plan?
for no. Like for Marvel and DC, there is a direct-to-consumer model that can work, and it's the old subscription model where you literally got your books in the mail once a month. You paid an upfront price. No, it does work, and it did work for a very long time, to the point where it's still actually in use now. You can go onto Marvel's website and sign up for a year of any title you want. But
do you know anybody that's doing it?
Personally, at the moment, no.
Well, isn't there a whole business model? Isn't that like DCBS? Like people get their comic book shipped to them?
Yes, DCBS has that whole model as well. But my point is, all you need is to advertise your books you put the subscription ad in other places, because that's what they used to do. You'd be reading fucking Rolling Stone and there'd be the Marvel subscription ad where you cut out the little postcard, send a check and that, and get it. But
that's not what Rob is advocating at all.
No, but my point is that is the only version of a direct-to-consumer model that can still be sustainable.
He's saying that that's the only way to go through. I thought it was a pretty bold take, I guess.
No, you deconstructed it really well in your video.
Well, thank you. I thought I went a little too negative, but that wasn't
what
I was trying.
No, you had the mood lighting. You were, you know what you need?
The mood lighting. I like that.
The lighting needs to match what you're doing.
Your
so
mood.
It's like, if you're being hopeful, it needs to be blue. If you're doing a video that's just pure rage, it needs to be red. You need
red,
to match
like
the
Joe
emotional
Biden,
spectrum.
like in that red video of his, evil Joe.
So you want me to color code like the emotional spectrum?
Yeah, I want to know, like, you know, it's like, oh, Wes is being hopeful right now. Look, it's blue.
Whoa, he's a star sapphire in this video. My favorite Wes is a star.
Oh,
sapphire.
and this is the one with him with bisexual lighting.
It's queer.
Oh no, he's a rage later.
I love it.
I guess we could talk about some comic book recommendations. Aaron, there's a link in the private chat. Can you throw that into the chat?
Yeah, I apologize.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't want to. I felt bad for showing up late. Also, I did not mean to. I apologize.
Yeah, you totally fucked us over, Zoomer. What are you doing?
I forgot to set my alarm, man. I was up till like 2 a.m. and then I was like, all right, waking up early tomorrow. And then there was this thing called an alarm that I did not set.
Video games?
No, I was launching my campaign.
We almost gave your spot away to Matt.
All right, yeah, we did. So what's the campaign? What do people need to know? We got a link in the chats right now. We got a link in the video description.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So Phenomenova, is that cool if I share my screen?
You can give it a shot.
All right, cool. So Phenomenova is my superhero book. If you're tired of like deconstructed superheroes, this is, I always say, in an age of deconstruction, it's a reconstruction and a reconstitution of the superhero genre. So Phenomenova is set 20 years after World War III. It follows a brand new generation of heroes being trained by those that came before them during the war. So we have a heist at a nuclear reactor that these heroes are trying to stop. In the first two issues, we see our main character, Galvanite, who is struck by lightning while holding a mysterious crystal, and he fails to stop a heist at a reactor, but we don't see all the details of that reactor play out. And now in issue 3, we're kind of going back in time as we have this character who can absorb memories from her environment. And she's basically trying to figure out what happened and is reliving her own team's failures to stop the villains and figure out how did they get into the heist, what were they trying to steal, and all of that good stuff. So we've got this cover. This is the main cover. We've got this variant Virgin cover right here. And we've got this one right here. And then you have until midnight tonight to get this exclusive free trading card, by the way, right here. After that, it's done. But if you back before midnight, you get that. We also have this one, which is by Per Berg, aka Narwhal. And then you have this one, which is only going to be available for the first 48 hours. So we're about like halfway there. So this is everything we've got. Here's some interior samples. It's going to be 43 pages of story, 48 pages total. If there's any artists in the chat, there's the Phenomenova fan art contest. All you have to do is post on the platform of your choice, hashtag Phenomenova fan art. Tag me if you want. And it'll be considered. The winner gets printed in the book and gets a free copy.
Wait. You're actually going to print the winner in the book? You're going to keep your promise to the art contest winner?
I forgot. That was a hot book. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. What a novel approach.
Yeah. No, I like to deliver my books. Hopefully it'll be out by the end of the year is my plan. We're currently decent way through the book. So yeah, you've got all kinds of stuff right here. That's the stretch goal trading card if we hit 12K. But yeah.
I will say this, like I said this yesterday on Twitter, and I'll repeat it here. every time I see Vaughn post anything for Phenomenova, like I'm scrolling, it makes me stop. It's I think one of the most visually interesting books that's coming out from the indies right now, because I always stop and look at like the characters, the character designs, what he's doing. I haven't read the book yet, Vaughn. I really want to.
It's
want to
okay.
check it out.
I need to read yours too.
It's visually striking, like right out of the gate.
I will say that every time I've seen the stuff that you post for Phenomenova, it looks professional. It does not look amateurish. It does not look there's a vibe that I get from indie that it's like, okay, it's just not quite ready for prime time.
Yeah.
And you don't have that.
Oh yeah, I was very much because I'm sick of back in indie books where it's like, okay, I see this is cute. You know, like, because I want it to be a book that is striking and that I wanted it to be written well, which is why I would get feedback from writers like and thank God I kept rewriting it and until I was ready. And so far everyone that reads it likes it. You know, if you don't like don't take my word for it. Mike Barron liked it. You know, Justin Gray liked it, who obviously did a lot of stuff with Jimmy Palmiotti. He was the first writer to give me feedback. He ripped me apart, man, which is good.
That's good.
A couple years later, I finally published it, and he goes, "Yeah, this is better. This is good." So, yeah, this has been great, man. But thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And there's the trailer and everything there. But I wanted it to be that modern coloring and writing style with that classic Claremont writing, or I'd say Claremont, Jeff Johns, Marv Wolfman. He doesn't get talked about enough, by the way, in the all-time greats. Like, I never see him on the top 10 list. And I'm like, he's up there.
Yeah, he wrote Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's a masterpiece.
New Teen Titans. Mm-hmm. Tim Drake, by the way, Lonely Place of Dying is one of my favorite Batman stories. I know I don't know if that's a hot take, but that to me,
that's a good one. That's a good book. Yeah.
It proved why Batman needs Robin. It's like the ultimate defense of Robin. Anytime someone's like, Batman doesn't need Robin, I'm like, have you read that? No. Oh, what a coincidence.
It proves how smart Tim is, too.
What a perfect introduction to that character, man. Like, oh my God.
Ron, do you got any comic books you want to recommend this week as well?
All right, this is kind of it's childish, but I grew up with Sonic, so the Sonic and DC stuff was good.
What are you, 5?
No, at heart, aren't we all? We all read comic books. Come on, we're gonna be elitist. We were just that one I liked. Claremont's Kitty Pryde Wolverine. I like. I like anytime they give him that stuff. It's like a taste of what X-Men should currently be.
I wish they would pair him with better artists, though, because the art on that book is killing it for me.
Yeah, to me, I didn't love the art, but Claremont's writing is so good that I'm like, I can still read it. But I agree, I wish they had more, I don't know, like A-list artists working with him. But
instead of all the artists that have to work with Tom King should be working with Chris Claremont instead.
That'd be nice.
Very nice.
That's smart thinking. I'm trying to think because I don't read that much on the shelf. I just grabbed a stack of books.
It's all right, buddy. We got some recommendations out of you. If you're interested in backing Phenomenova, there's a link in the video description. And you've got a few weeks left to get that in there. And I'm glad that we had you on here, brother.
Thank you. And again, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be as late as I was. I apologize. Hold on. I think I'm going to grab my to read pile because I think I did miss a few recommendations.
Well, Vaughn, what was her name?
Dylan, you got any books you want to recommend this week?
Yeah, I got Incredible Hulk number 27, which was great, really good, and we've got a good fill-in artist now because the main artist.
Kev Walker is feeling more like what it needs to be, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's great because the main artist does like one every 3 issues, it seems. But and then Batman Long Halloween, Last Halloween number 8. It's fun, it's good, it's much better than Hush 2. Jeff Loeb doesn't know he's doing Hush 2, but Long Halloween, Last Halloween is not in continuity, so it's much better.
Wait, it's not?
No, it's with the Long Halloween thing. But and then lastly, this omnibus came out this week, the Superman by Philip K. Johnson Volume 1. It's really good. They did do a little bit of a hit job because they put Grant Morrison's Superman and the Authority in here. It's in the first half, and it's like, no, if you just pick this up and you're reading it, you might quit at that point. So that's a little annoying, but they also add some cool goodies in here in the back. They did some little extras where you get excerpts of Clark's journal of his time on Warworld, and PKJ has such a great voice for Clark that it's really cool seeing his insight. You learn a lot more about the lore, and there's a whole map of Warworld, so you get to see where everything goes. He really thought of everything, like how everything works on Warworld. It's awesome. So definitely pick this up. It's worth it.
Very, very cool. Do you have any videos or streams coming up that people need to know about?
Yes, I have a video coming out today where I just recommend 10 like bingeable comics where I think you can like take a weekend and read it all at once, and that's the video going up today. So check that out.
Very, very cool. Sully, I saw your eyes light up like they hadn't since you were talking about. I wanted to see them do it.
I wanted to
there was
do it.
Clark's journal in the back of that book. You're gonna buy it just for the journal, aren't you?
I'm gonna show you the last page. How's that? Because I got it right here. I got Ultimate Spider-Man number 19. It's on my pull list. I bought 4 magazines this week, 4 floppies from my local comic book shop, my LCS. And that's where you should be picking up yours. And also remember, you need bags, you need boards, you need boxes. Get them at your local comic book shop, the brick and mortar shop, the mom and pop thing. You know, it's the American way, the American dream. Don't shop at the big box stores. Shop at the local ones instead. So yeah, I got
Shop at S-Mart.
Yeah, huh? I got Ultimate Spider-Man number 19. It's on my pull list. I will stick with this book until the bitter end at issue 24 that's being released in December. Will I stick with it though? And the answer is no. I don't think so. It's gonna, unless you never know. It could be, I could read a review copy and whatever comes next, you know, if it's impressive, you never, if I read something good, I'll go back and buy it. I really will. What else did I get this week? Spider-Man Wolverine issue number 3, written by Mark Guggenheim and with delicious, wonderful, exciting art by Kari Andrews. Every page, every panel, wonderful. I love the black costume. And it's like, I had to read it 3 times to figure out what was going on. Like they mysteriously wake up in the Savage Land, and when we last saw them, they were fighting, and Logan literally guts Peter. You know, sticks his claws right in him, in his abdomen. So they all wake up. They both wake up in their old uniforms in the Savage Land. So what is going on with whom and why? But it's still fun. This is a really fun book. Don't let this fly under your radar. I got the Incredible Hulk 27, and I got this really awesome variant cover. This is the it's called the Retrovision cover. So it's got this like real kind of Silver Age quality to it, Bronze Age quality to it. I'm loving this. And what an interesting story. This is, I heard Philip Kennedy Johnson talking on Twitter X about this. It's kind of like a very personal story for him. And it shows real monsters versus our, you know, imaginary monsters. It deals with abuse, and it's also a ghost story. It's a little heartbreaking too, but this is a really deep story and interesting, and great art by Kev Walker too. He's been hit or miss with me lately. He did a really good job on Guardians of the Galaxy and Blood Hunt, the Union Jack tie-in, but the other stuff that he's been doing has been kind of just like phoned in. So, but I'm grateful and blessed that Kev Walker is not phoning it in on this. And my pick of the week, go figure, the boy from Boston is going to pick this one. Godzilla versus Boston in the Godzilla versus America one-shots from IDW. This is an anthology book. There are 4 different tales in this, and starring my city getting destroyed in different time eras.
How would you fight Godzilla, Sully, if you were there in Boston? What's happening? How would you defeat him?
Somebody sticks the Bunker Hill Monument in his eye, and he backs off. You know, it must have been someone from Southie like me that would stand up to a bully.
Does the fight start outside of a Dunkin' like most fights in Boston start?
Sometimes. Yeah, well, the parking lot of Dunkin's is technically Dunkin's, so, you know. But it's really fun. It's authentic flavor to my city. This is so much fun. I'm really glad I got this. It's got and Hayden Sherman's got a chapter in this too, and that's speaking of, that's the train going by, and that is like, we have one that's based on the subway itself too, which is a big part of my city. I take it every day. And so this was fun. This is big fun. Godzilla fans rejoice. My local comic book shop said they sold out of this in like 5 hours. And it was like, we should have got more. We didn't expect this to sell like, and I was like, yes.
It also
I didn't
sells
expect
I
all
want
the
that.
Bostonites.
I went to college in Boston. That would be so. I actually got excited when even though I actually like Godzilla King of the Monsters, by the way, that movie. When the final fight was in Boston, I was like, finally they're using Boston in something. First of all, one of the best cities. I love New York. Don't get me wrong, that's like my local. But there are like other cities in America, man.
Where'd you go to school, man?
Emerson College.
Oh, I used to bang chicks from Emerson all the time. It's
really?
It's Arlington, dude. Yeah, totally.
Well, did they all have crazy nose piercings
Not
and hair
then,
dye
though,
back
but they
then?
were-
They all did when I went there.
This was the 90s. They wore sundresses and combat boots. It was glorious.
That
See, that was
nice.
a good time.
Yeah, see, I didn't have that luxury, my guy.
Matt Fisher says, "Thank God Sully is here," and I'm not feeling it. But what is this? Where does this come from, Sully?
Is
this you?
Pure thoughts. I think I'll
One
be honest
person
with
is
you.
happy to see you every week, and I don't get it.
Several of them are. I love seeing these people. I love seeing you guys too.
Sully uses his own sock puppets to support him being here.
I feel like this is a fucking psyop or something. This can't be
use
real.
Gratitude daily. I got this life hack from Gary Beekler of Nerdrotic. I got to meet him in Dallas when we all met up. I was like, Gary, seriously, the gratitude thing, it's working. I've been doing it for 6 years now on your advice, and just I start off my day with a gratitude list.
Are you saying Matt Fisher is fucking Gary?
I hope so. Maybe using, is that you?
Gratitude advice. I should do that because I'll get like a mountain of stuff done, and I'll be like, I look at all the stuff I didn't get done. I'm like, this sucks.
Well, it will reformat your self-talk.
Okay.
It really will.
It really
Send me that gratitude thing because I need to practice that.
I will. I do a gratitude list. I'll send that to you.
Yeah.
No problem, man. And thank you, everyone.
You guys can go out on a date and
we could hang out. No, we're gonna go hang by the park in Emerson and head on chicks with blue hair and nose rings.
Nah.
Why?
all right, fellas. I do need to get my din in eventually. at some
Chicky
point.
nuggies are calling.
Exactly. Sparrow. These guys are getting fucking unruly. Sparrow, you recommended any comic books this week?
Any mainstream comic books? No. I'll say that like Dylan's tastes are probably pretty good. Go with what Dylan said. I'm going to say
Hulk is good. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, check out Phenomenova. Check out, all the great indie titles that are out there. Kneel Before Doomface. Fingers crossed. I'm told Backer Kit is going to go out today. We had some problems with Kickstarter not getting back to us, not approving things. And then Comic-Con happened, so everything kind of got pushed back. But Backer Kit for Kneel Before Doomface should be out today. Go check out Sugar Bomb, which is going to be launching on Kickstarter soon. That's by our friend David Hedgecock, who's doing some really fun books over there. He did the kaiju, the roller derby girls versus kaiju book. He did Miss Mina and the Midnight Guardians, and now he's launching Sugar Bomb, and it looks like just 90s over the top goodness. There's a lot of stuff out there to check out right now, and I think all the stuff I'm excited about is all the stuff I'm seeing in the indie space. Also, the Atlantean #3, who sponsored the show last week. I did the editing on that. It's by Russ Leach. It's the story of Kull the Conqueror. I recommend that as well. That's also going. So a lot of great campaigns going right now.
Looks like Russ might be joining us.
Kneel
next
Before
week.
Doomface?
cool.
Okay, it is still available. All right, cool.
Yeah, so it'll be available during the Backer Kit. You'll still be able to jump in, but yeah, a lot of stuff is going to be going away. So
I got you. I'll back you through.
All right. Well, bye-bye, AL. Hope you're having a good day. Doc, you were last in least.
I am,
something like
and
that.
most certainly, absolutely 100% least. Yeah, you can
But
go. Well, yeah. Often right, always right. Oh yeah. But no, I'd say go check out. We will have a couple of videos, one up tomorrow, one up Monday on Spider-Man 3099, as well as Screen Rant deciding that, well, they suck.
It's the comic books, dude. Come on, let's do it.
All right. So I'm just gonna I'm going to recommend you buying Spider-Man 2099. Go find a copy of it. It's great. It's cheap. You can find one easily. great work. And since, Marvel decided that Steve fucking Orlando is the guy that's going to be running 2099 moving forward and basically taking over and shitting all over Peter David, I want to actually get people to go buy something whenever 2099 was good. So like right at the beginning, or anything by Peter David. So I'm going to recommend Spider-Man 2099 #1. Then some more Peter David. And this is just a great book. Hulk. This was the first The End.
Masterpiece.
It
Masterpiece.
was.
After Peter David passed, I reread that. Still slaps.
Yeah, it's the future. The only thing that's left are cockroaches and the Hulk.
Masterpiece. It
is
so
beautiful. And they got Dale Keown to come back a few years later to do some Hulk again. Fucking-tacular. It's hard to find, but if you can, get it. This is my original printing. Then, since,
oh, yay.
Yeah. Since they're apparently going to end the only Spider-Man book that anybody gives a fuck about, I'm going to just remind them, Peter and Mary Jane are married. You're never going to, I don't care how many deals with Mephisto or continuity resets. This is the only Spider-Man anyone will ever give a damn about. So just get on with it already. This is the ASM Annual 21. This, I can never remember if this is the newsstand or the direct market one, because one has Peter, the other one has Spider-Man. I have both.
Oh, really?
Yes. Well, they have variants. It was one of the early variants.
See, why did they get rid of the newsstands? Like, I didn't get into comics until I was in sixth grade.
Stores not wanting, pricing went up too high. It stopped being impulse buy territory, and
returnability.
Because it still had returnability, and this is a much longer conversation for another time. And Marvel wanted the sure bet where they didn't have to return money from the direct market, so they just got themselves all in on that.
Yeah, didn't Diamond consolidate power as being like the monopoly to distribute?
Yeah, you could get it, not newsstand, but regardless, we could talk about that some other time. But yeah,
okay.
Essentially, the comic industry abandoned the newsstand market.
Yes.
But yes, ASM Annual 21. Then I just love this fucking cover. It's Uncanny Avengers. This is the J. Scott Campbell variant. It's just a really cool variant. So that's the only reason I'm pimping it. Then we'll go with Uncanny X-Men.
Ooh.
What is this? 239, I think. This is the
Mr. Schemes Ignite Inferno.
I know. And the art in it is spectacular. You get some Dazzler smoking. Back in the day, Mark Silvestri did monthly comics.
I love that issue.
And damn, were they good.
Yes,
dude,
I know.
Silvestri might have surpassed Lee, honestly, as my favorite.
Oh, he is. He's my favorite.
God.
He is my favorite
I concur.
artist completely. But yes, so this is the prelude to Inferno.
Yes.
And so go pick it up. And they even have a thing in the back where they decided to start Inferno a month early. A good little ad. And then there's all the issues of Inferno. So if you want to go that side. Sorry. If you want to go find them, that's how you find them in your back issue bins.
Remember the 3 character ads they were doing for Inferno 2, where it was it was the 3 faces of magic, and oh man, it was so effective, and I was so there you go. Yeah, where it's like her, Ilyana, then all the way up to the Dark Child.
Yeah.
So damn good. And look at that Brett Blevins art. Brett Blevins inked by Terry Austin. I'm sorry. like Rob came on and injected some excitement into the New Mutants, which obviously then became X-Force. But for me, Brett Blevins was a far superior artist on the book.
But yeah, so Uncanny 239. And then the next issue is the start of Inferno. So go check it out. Go to your back issue bins.
Nice.
I want a Nash tier figure really badly.
Why is Maddie Pryor hotter than Jean Grey? The eternal questions.
Because she's a bad
Who's the
girl.
Sully's fucking sandbagger. What is? I don't like. Is it sandbaggers? I don't like fucking carpetbaggers. Sully, stop doing that.
Carpetbaggers and
This is-
pollygaggers.
Hey, that's also the issue where the rest of the X-Men, other than Wolverine, find out Jean's been alive. That's when Storm
Ooh.
sees it on TV.
Very good. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I had some fun, and
Yeah.
we went off script more times than I can count.
What
There was
script?
Gremlin shade. People were foolishly saying that Captain America First Avenger is better than Wonder Woman.
Because it
This
is.
mother-
Because it is.
It is.
Incontrovertible
Crazy.
fact.
Yeah.
It is.
Baseball's amazing. I'm out of here.
Nope.
Get out.